Okay, anybody want to do the recap? Crickets chirping like always.
Me and Jay did the last two.
Yeah, we're off the hook.
This is
Got it.
true. All right, Maddie, Shaylone, one
I
of you
need
two.
it. Okay, I need to know when it started.
We started with picking up last session. We started with you guys picking up right after you went through the field of flowers,
Yeah.
the passion bells.
Oh, right. Okay. So, last episode, after walking through this mysterious field, we hear mysterious drums in the distance. Right? I'm on the right track here, right, guys?
Yeah, you got it.
Yes, that is.
As we approach, we see dozens of bonfires in many directions, all surrounded by partying fae folk. We're all, along the line, tested, to see if we are tempted by the music, the urge to dance. And I don't remember who succeeded or failed.
Everybody succeeded.
We all did it.
Yup.
We're all good. But me and Taz, Ophelia and Taz, did it by choice. Having a good time, showing off our moves. Taz had amazing moves. The whole time we're looking around, we're trying to find the Bonfire King. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's his title, right?
Yes.
Okay. Eventually we find him. And we have to give some offerings, okay? So we're all trying to come up with some cool offerings, and then we sit down at the table and enjoy a very strange dinner with him. It's especially strange when some of us notice a pair of teeth who can talk on a big old pile of treasure, and they're attempting to get our attention. For some reason, we were looking for something that had to do with the queen. What's her name? The witch.
Mulberry.
Madam Mulberry.
The hag,
Madam
yes.
Mulberry. Guys, you made me do this, okay? There's nothing you can complain about. I have to get this recap. Okay, I'm trying my best.
We're not complaining. We're helping you out.
Okay, I'm just reading Mason's expression. It's fine.
I'm loving the details because obviously I know exactly what happened given how much I've listened to it, but hearing what sticks out to you guys is always the best.
Yup. That's why I do it.
So we think
I might also be lazy.
We think to ourselves, maybe these teeth are the thing that we're looking for that's connected to the hag, Madam Mulberry. Well, do we know she's a hag?
You have no idea?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
okay,
yeah,
we don't know she's a hag.
You do know she's a hag, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we attempt to, Laura attempts to steal the teeth, and she finds them to be very annoying and talkative. We make our quick exit from the party, and the teeth are trying to tell us exactly how to find Madame Mulberry, aka the person who probably knows where Triss is. And he's telling us we need to find some sort of shadow entrance. And eventually, we do find it. We find ourselves suddenly not in the Feywild, but in the Shadowfell. And as we're sort of, just going in the direction Denny says, as we named him, there's a creepy guy in the middle of the road, and he doesn't seem happy. That's where we left off. I think.
That's, yeah, that's pretty spot on. Okay, rearranging a few things. Excuse-moi.
Oh.
Alright. Is everybody set?
Yeah?
Roger,
Is everybody
Roger.
prepared?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Bathrooms have been used. Drinks and snacks have been had.
Yep.
Alrighty. Let us get to it. Alright.
Richard the
So-
Newland.
Ooh,
Standing before you, or rather sitting before you, upon a black steed, steam puffing out of its nostrils every time it takes out a breath. Both hands raised, one holding a whip composed of spine, another one holding the greasy, thin hair of its very own head. The Dolahan before you, you watch him heel the sides of his horse, and it begins to charge right at you. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Yo! We rolling.
We out here rolling.
And just like that, we're rolling. Camera's rolling.
First rolls.
Pretty hot.
16.
Oh, yeah!
Not bad, not bad, not...
Not bad for someone who's tired as fuck.
Bro, disadvantage.
Okay.
You can't have
For whatever
disadvantage on
reason,
initiative.
It's an ability check.
It's an
Pretty
ability
sure
check.
it's a dexterity ability check, technically.
On God?
Yup.
Fuck.
On
God, brother.
I am
Shit!
God, nice.
Oh!
Went from a beefy 20 to a 9. Now I'm sad.
Look at this map.
That would be sometimes. My God. Can add the old Valora. Give her. Got the 10. Wow, 10. That's a low even for you. Alrighty, and Rachel. Good sir.
Oh, I don't want to go first.
You may not. It might be Rachel. Who knows?
Richard the
He's
Doolan.
got a name.
Ah.
You know, the last guy we fought with like a skeleton face was not the best.
Wait, this guy has a skeleton face?
Not
Are
necessarily.
you referring to the jester that pretty much killed all of us?
Yeah.
Don't bring him up.
Well, how about that? He goes last.
Fucking
Eat it,
loser.
dick.
Let's see. Alrighty, and Denny.
Fucking Denny.
What's he gonna do?
What the fuck is up, Daddies? He's in there.
He pulls some straight meme shit. I'm a firing my laser! It's 2020. Where were you?
It is indeed.
Ready?
Alrighty. So, Ophelia, you are indeed the first one up. You see this black horse and black rider, currently headless, riding right towards you guys. What you doing?
Can someone remind me who Emmerich is?
He's
Emmerich
The guy you
This
saved.
is the dude you
from
blew the
dancing.
fifth level spell.
Oh my guys, my dude! I forgot about him.
yeah, that,
You know, he's mine legs.
Is he still injured?
I mean, he's exhausted. He's got like all the
Right.
points of exhaustion basically, and Sebastian
Oh,
was
shit.
carrying him on his back before.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put him down now.
I'm just gonna be like, don't come any closer. Does he look like he's gonna stop?
He's actively riding towards you guys.
Okay. Guiding bolt. Can I get
Alrighty.
a attack? 20.
Woo, 20 to hits.
Yeah.
That hit.
Bitch, I
Roll
hope
your
I
damn-
fucking do.
I'm rolling damage. I hope he's sensitive to radiant. What?
I hope he's sensitive.
I hope he's sensitive to radiant damage.
Stinky roll.
Only 8 damage! That sucks.
That would be. Wait, only 8 damage?
Yeah.
She low rolled.
That's an oof. Alrighty, well, 8 damage.
Don't you add your spellcasting mod? Yes?
Yeah, your
I
spell
don't
costing.
I don't think you did a guiding bolt.
But it's a
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah,
But you guys
always
got
add it to the
advantage.
spells.
You guys get advantage
Nice.
on hitting him next.
Do the next hit does.
And then I'm gonna move over to Emmerich. Just be like, give this to me. I try to take him from him.
Find out what Guiding Bolt does.
I try to take Emmerich away from what's his face, Sebastian.
Oh, I've already put him down, so he's just over there.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
You've got Emmerich with you. You focus on your holy symbol, holding out your quarterstaff, and instead of Denny, it was Ophelia who was firing her laser, and it hits the Dullahan square in the chest, and he seems to shrug it off, not halting his approach as he's coming towards you guys. He does take the damage, however. You can see sort of a scattering of the greenish. Denny's turn. He's gonna, oh my, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. He's gonna go and fly right behind Ophelia and hover behind her shoulder. Someone do something! Taz, it's your turn.
Okay. I will mantle. So
Alrighty.
I get 5 targets. So I can even cover. I'll give it I guess Emmerich so he can run if he wants to.
Good choice. Good choice.
Okay, so
Get that 8 temp HP.
everybody write down your temp HP. And you all are free to move should you choose to use a reaction.
I'm gonna move back, and I'm going to try and Bane the Dulon. So that's 8.
Okay.
That's hot.
Saving. Let me put it down here. Take a thorn, prick my hand, and cast Bane.
Prick your middle finger, flip it up at him.
Okay, charisma
DC isn't right in there.
saves.
Oh well.
9. He does
He
not
is-
have magic resistance, so he is currently baned.
Sweet.
Get bait, motherfucker.
Okay. What do we want to do for Bane? We'll,
Negative D4.
use that symbol. Alrighty, so Bane is a minus D4 on what?
Attacks and saving throws.
Attacks and saving throws. Okay.
So maybe Stunning Fist will do a little better.
Oh, I was just thinking.
The combos.
Please help me in remembering the Bane stuff, because I will undoubtedly forget once or twice. Alrighty. Emmerich, feeling a renewed sense of strength, shooting straight to his legs, is going to, with the aid of Ophelia, stand up. He's going to run and pass right beneath Denny, who is currently hovering up and above y'all's shoulders.
I'm gonna say, don't go too far. There's probably worse stuff in the other direction.
Well, he only has so much movement speed as well.
He just
Alrighty.
jumped off the bridge.
I'm gonna head out. Laura, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to shoot him with my bow. And I believe since he hasn't taken a turn in combat yet, I get advantage.
I do believe that's how that works.
Okay,
Alrighty, the 17 just hits. Go ahead and roll your damn oog.
Haha, I'm in danger.
Don't worry. Wait, Valor, you have advantage.
She already rolled with advantage, I think. Double advantage.
Ah, I forgot to do a thing, but that's okay. Yeah, it wouldn't really have mattered yet. That's okay. We'll save it for next turn.
Don't care for that.
It is a key component of the Dolahan.
Oh
But it's
no,
fine.
I did it wrong.
Oh,
My mistake. I won't forget it next time.
I bet it's fear effects.
Jimmy, stop! You're ruining for the audience.
I have no idea.
Holy, 34 damage.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yo.
mama.
Gonna pull up the old calc right quick. Boo 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 boo.
See, it's
boo.
hard because as a player, I have all of this knowledge about Doolahans from my many lonely years as a single man learning about mythology. But I don't know if that carries over here.
Which
Some
mythology?
things might, some things don't, but
Doolahans Celtic mythology.
I do love me that separation between player and character knowledge. Feels good, man. Alrighty.
We love non-meta gamers.
Oh, Sebastian, 'tis your turn. Hey, there's a denture and a dentures. How about that?
Am I the only one with the last name?
No, I have a last name.
Oh, okay.
It's just not
I
on
have a
it
last name.
in their character thing.
Alright.
I don't have one.
So at this point, Sebastian is very over having to fight many things and wants to go to bed. So he's got sort of, it doesn't happen. Just gonna run at him.
You run right at the Dolahan. Alrighty.
And we will flurry of blows.
Okay, everything is at disadvantage.
Only ability checks are at first level exhaustion.
At first level exhaustion. Alrighty.
I looked it up because I was worried my speed would be halved, and me as a monk, that is pretty important. But
Yeah,
no,
nope,
only
not
ability
yet.
checks.
You gotta be more of a tired boy than that.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
So the second, third, and fourth attacks, excuse me, do land.
He will need
So,
to
let's
make
see.
a wisdom saving throw, I believe.
Okay, give me just a moment.
Gotta pull up my keys.
I think it is it for stunning fist.
Yes, stunning strike.
I think Constitution.
Is it con? Got him.
Yeah. For stuns, typically it is a con. Okay. Let us pull that up.
Ooh, that's
Dang.
a fail.
Yeah.
Alrighty, he is stunned as well. What do we use for stuns?
This man's getting CC the shit.
Yeah, dude. This is, monks are bullshit.
That is true.
I will always and forever maintain that stance. It is the Dolahan's turn. And, well, he's stunned, so he can't really do jack, can he? That
No,
is
he
the name
cannot.
of the game when it comes to being stunned, but yes, Sebastian sprints up, pulling his sword from its sheath, striking once, twice, and then following up with two fist attacks. The one misses, the last three do land, and with his fourth and final blow, manages to get him right in the chest. Some might say the solar plexus, but I don't know what that actually is. And he stops. However, his horse does continue because he's not his horse. and it's going to go right through Sebastian. Sebastian, I need you to make a dex save for me, please.
Save.
Dex save, that is correct.
I do not have disadvantage on saving throws.
Oh.
Well struck.
Alright, let me see.
I may be
Should
tired,
be good enough, but let us double check.
but I'm not that tired.
Not that tired. You do succeed and manage to get out of the way as the Dolahand begins tromping past. Let me see his speed.
He's coming right for me.
Hey girl, let me get that ass.
I was hoping he'd fall out of his saddle after being stunned, but he's probably got his foot in the stirrups and is not going anywhere.
And the horse is gonna come up short. However, it'll stop before you, Ophelia, and it's going to rear up and whinny. And you watch as the Dolahan seems to be, his feet are still in the stirrups, and seems to be struggling to stay on top of his horse, but with both hands being full. But, and again, they're called headless horsemen, and they have that title for a reason. Fearless riders. Very difficult to get one off its mount. Ophelia, it is your turn, and I need you to currently, as you're looking right at the Dolahan, need to make a wisdom save. Actually, hold up. Stunning strike. What is being stunned? What is its? What's the terminology that's used?
I believe they can't do any, like, they can't make any actions on their turn.
A
and
stunned
attack
creature is
against them have
incapacitated, can't move, and can speak only falteringly. The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws, and attacks and rolls against the creature have advantage.
Alrighty, that's what I was looking for. Incapacitated. Never mind, Ophelia. Go ahead and do your thing.
Okay, I'm gonna try to like rip him off his horse. Onto the
Okay. How would you like to go about doing so?
Just fucking just grab him.
Alright,
By
make a
his-
grapple.
Yeah. Okay, is that just my strength?
I believe for a grapple,
We usually treat that as an
Athletics?
attack action, right?
it uses an attack action.
Make an athletics, and they oppose it with acrobatics or athletics.
There. it
Yes, that is true. You use the strength one of the two, so it should be athletics.
Please be good. Please be good.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, you feeling jacked today. Look at you, full of piss and vinegar.
I was gonna say, and then doesn't he has to make one against it, or is he even able to? Because it's
Nah,
stunned.
he's incapacitated.
He cannot take actions or reactions.
I guess he would, if this is a strength or dexterity save, he automatically fails.
Which is, well,
I
because
don't know if
they
it's
make
a save,
a.
though.
It's a skill though, the athletics and acrobatics.
Yeah.
It's not a save,
It
so
says he's
Right.
incapacitated, and an incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions.
So I guess he can oppose. I don't.
yeah, I was gonna say
It's a
oppose
skill.
because it's basically a skills test. There's not really
Yeah, it's not a saving throw.
there's no action or reaction attached to it.
Hmm.
Alrighty.
And then can I grab his head?
Are you trying to grab his head, or are you trying to pull him?
Oh, I thought I did already.
Yeah, he's got to
Well-
oppose it.
Yeah, you used one action, so
That's all I
you
got.
gotta specify what you're trying to grab before you actually grab him.
No, I wanted to do both, like throw him on the ground and take his head.
You can only throw him to the ground this turn.
Okay.
Alrighty. I'm not gonna let you mug the poor guy
Give
and
me that
toss his
head,
head
boy.
off the shadow road. Don't think I don't know what you're trying to do.
Spoiler
No head.
alert. I was going to do that.
This
Okay.
guy's getting murked.
He really is, dude.
Stunned, maybe thrown on the ground.
God, you bitch!
Alright. Well, he can't even speak really, so. Ooh! A tie! Meets it, beats it.
Ooh.
True
Meets it.
peerless horseman. He is staying on his horse. You attempt to grab him, and he does not budge. If anything, you can watch the arm kind of trembles and shakes, the one that's holding its head, as it slowly turns it towards you. This glare in these empty eye sockets as this like gross kind of shallow gray greenish skin just stares at you with absolute disgust and anger. What else would you like to do your turn? You have a bonus action or movement?
This intense energy is just so attractive. I can't fucking do anything else. Why can't I just fucking throw his head off the bridge, bro?
You can move.
Stupid. No, I'm not moving.
Alright. Feely's turn. It is now Denny's turn. What would Denny like to do? Let's see. Denny is gonna go, oh dear. Oh, he's not moving. He's not doing anything. Quick, get him! And he's gonna scoot down this side. And he's going to...
Go get her, Ray.
Fireball.
Fireball! How spooked would you be if he could actually cast Fireball?
I'd be a little
I would
worried.
be
'Cause I was
very-
sassing him pretty hard.
Let's be honest. If he could do that,
We would definitely keep him around.
I would respect him.
he's going to. You watch as the air around him begins to cool. You can feel it off to your left, I believe, Ophelia. You see the air pale near his mouth, in front of the teeth. Snowflakes begin to slowly drip, almost like they're water. He fires a single ray of frost at the old Dolahan.
He was probably once like a wizard or something.
I need a roll to hit, which I did not do. Give me a second. $16. It does not hit, unfortunately. The ray passes by, kind of
Well, would
going
he have
where his
advantage?
head would be, but instead goes over his, the empty space where his head normally would be, or it on his shoulders.
It's true,
Since
he does
the,
have advantage.
Two-handed stunned, would he have advantage?
Oh, well, he's, yeah, I guess so, actually.
Come
That's
on,
true.
Daddy!
It's a fair point.
Come on, Daddy!
Danny clutch. Danny clutch.
Hey! 6 points of damage,
Hell
and
yeah.
his speed has been reduced by 10. And not like it means too much, but alrighty. Right. A ray of frost instead catches him center mass, right where the collarbone would be, hitting him. Excuse me. Right in sort of the leather bit of armor he's got, dusting the black in a coat of white. That is going to be Denny's turn. Taz, it is up to you. What would you like to do?
I shall inspire Sebastian.
Yay!
That's my bonus action, and for my action, I will do something new. I will begin playing a counter charm. So until the end of my next turn, everyone has advantage on frighten, fear, and charm effects. In case he tries something funny.
Hey, bro, stay off my Google Docs, man.
I'm not looking it up. Dude. This is a spooky horse.
That's just scary looking.
All
I
right.
don't want none of that.
Everybody needs to remember your counter charm stuff.
Start playing the Ghostbusters theme song.
Oh my god.
Fill you with inspiration.
Okay, Emmerich is gonna stay put, as he's kind of trying to getting on his tippy toes now, trying to look to see exactly what's going on. He feels the effects of the counter charm, sees the ray of frost go off. That's about it. Valora, your turn.
He's still stunned, right?
He is still stunned, and he's next to Ophelia.
Okay, I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna try to stab him with my
Ooh, get him.
dagger.
Which dagger?
The vengeful one.
Okay.
The
Oh yeah,
dagger
we still need to have a
was-
conversation about that.
What? What now?
What? Don't worry about
I
it. Roll
didn't.
your
I didn't
attack.
hear you. I didn't.
Okay, the 21 hits.
Her.
God, you rolled a 5 and still nearly hit him.
My boy. Look what they did to my boy. All the CC, bro. Stunned, rooted, silenced. Right? Get your damn 29.
Five
Un
and
momento,
9.
por favor, while I do.
She hit the dab.
Okay, then while he's still stunned, I'm just gonna step away. Goodbye.
A,
I'll bonus action
wise
disengage and then step away,
I
just in case the horse can attack.
running up. You watch as the horse is kind of tromping around in circles, looking at you guys wildly. The steam coming out of its nostrils. The Dullahan is still stunned in his saddle. You wait for a moment as the horse passes, where you're next to its flank, and just right there in his side. You pull it out. You see sort of the sickly, dark greenish liquid slick your blade.
Great.
That is your turn. You can hear kind of a from the head. Sebastian, it is your turn.
Yeehaw. I'm going to come up behind him.
Smell you
I'm around. You're in my house now, boy.
with a measly shield.
Let's see. I am going to use one of my actions and attack. Damn. Although I have advantage, so.
So it's the 14.
You do have advantage.
The 14 does not hit them.
No, it does not.
Alright, well,
The horse kind of turns as it's been going around in sporadic circles and kind of whacks you off to the side a little bit.
I'm gonna try and grab his head.
Yeah.
All right. Roll a grapple.
Grab it by the head.
That's athletics, which I have disadvantage on because that is a skill check.
Ah, shit.
All right.
Damn!
Ah,
I'm tired.
Oh my god.
now you.
I'm scared.
The nat 20 against a 4.
Oof. Well, having missed that attack, I'm just gonna swing a fist in frustration at the face as my bonus.
You're gonna punch the head while it's in his hand.
Just
Go for it.
teabag
I have advantage.
True, true.
4 points of bludgeoning damage.
And he's gotta make another
Alrighty.
con save.
Oh.
All right. Alright, okay. Oh, I'm getting a call! Alright, it's gone. Alright, con save, you said?
Si, senor.
Alrighty. Come on, Richie. Come on, Richie.
Minus D4 though. Minus D4 though.
I'm just gonna break it to you now, Dad. Anything, if it's -1,
Oh,
that's a fail.
baby.
Oh,
Look how they
no.
slaughtered my boy!
This is abuse.
Wow, chain CC's fun. Alrighty. Well, that's his turn.
the lone
Punch
fist
right in the
connects.
jaw. The rest of the body goes rigid once more.
Oh my
However,
god.
why is Ophelia at 63? What the hell?
I know, last round it was at 42.
Why is it increasing? I don't
I
understand.
think it's
I don't
adding
know.
21 every time.
Why?
I don't know.
It just be
Okay.
She's accelerating.
She's reaching speeds we can't even quantify.
her horniness levels are increasing.
Okay.
Every round it doubles.
The absolute domination we're laying down on this enemy is only making her hotter.
Okay,
Anyways, Ophelia, what's your passive perception again?
so...
Stupid high.
I don't know.
18, I think. 19.
Should be on your sheet, ma'am.
No, this is not on my sheet though.
It's just 10 plus your
Whiz modifier.
perception stuff.
Yep.
Okay, 19.
And proficiency if you have it.
19.
19. Okay. I want you to do me a favor. Write it
Uh-huh.
on your sheet right now.
Well,
Passive
okay.
perception 19. Alright, thank you. I have it someplace, but I couldn't find it. So, alright, 19.
Love it when Daddy takes a firm hand.
I wish you wouldn't say such things. Listen, I listened to Pot's voice on the recording. I know just how god-awful it is. Don't make me pull it out. Alright, so, Ophelia, as you're trying to, stay out of the way of this, horse that's growing more and more frantic as its rider's been unable to direct it, and people are just surrounding it now, flashing weapons and such, you catch something out of the glimpse of your eye. Remember those other shadow roads you guys had seen as you were walking over? And remember how they were seemingly converging towards a point that was further ahead of you?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, even if you didn't, it was a thing. You now see what looks to be maybe two, maybe more kind of dots on one off to the side. And you can see that they're running across it and going towards the port where it converges with your own shadow road. Anyways, what would you like to do? It's your turn.
Okay.
Uh-oh, kids.
So I was making awkward eye contact with him and trying to pull him off the horse, and then everyone started attacking him.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just gonna grab onto him again and inflict wounds. 5th level. I mean, not 5th level. 4th level.
All right, roll your attack.
Okay. So, do I get advantage? I get advantage, right?
You get advantage. He's still stunned. It's a melee attack.
Yeah.
It's pretty bullshit if you ask me, but. Oh wait, roll damage.
Wait,
No, no.
Wait,
no.
wait.
Yeah, pause.
18,
I was trying to do them separately.
15, and
You have to do them separately. Yeah, you can't do 2d20 because it'll just add it together.
Do you want me to do it again?
Well,
So it would just be
use
what,
those
the 6
rolls.
plus 9?
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be a 15 and an 18. That's
Okay. The 18 hits.
Okay. So, at 4th level, 40, 10, 50, 60, 10.
Oh, excuse-moi. What kind of damage does it do?
It does 3d10, but it's a 1st level spell.
That was necrotic, so
but it does.
Gotcha. Oh,
Hopefully that doesn't heal him.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
wouldn't that be a damn shame?
Okay, 39.
I really hope it doesn't heal him.
39 damage.
Undo one of Valora's attacks.
Ophelia, though your grappling did not succeed, you managed to slap a hand on the side of his thigh while it's currently still in the stirrup and cast the inflicted wounds. You feel the necrotic damage, the power within you, the divine energy surge and go forth. You feel it exit out of your fingertips and go into him. And you watch as he doesn't even flinch, doesn't even move, doesn't even react. Maybe it's because he's stunned, but otherwise, as far as you're concerned, it seemingly has no effect.
And then I'm gonna say, guys, there's like shadow people over there, and they're running. Does anyone else see that?
Who looks?
I'll look.
I will look.
Perception checks.
Look.
Let's see.
Boo, boo, boo.
9.
Don't see shit. You do see shit.
Oh my.
And see, she sees shit too. Try to say that 3 times fast. Un momento, por favor. Okay, so for those of you that are not Sebastian, you do indeed see something. You can pick out the exact dots that she is talking about. And because your active perception that you rolled is higher than her passive perception, you can make out a little bit more details. You see not 2, but 3 figures that are currently sprinting full-blown towards where supposedly their Shadow Road and your Shadow Road converges a ways off to the distance, but they still seem to be heading in your general direction. Though, Valora, you're not as well learned in the Feywild. Taz, you do have a bit of an idea as to what they may be. I need you to go ahead and make... Ooh, for this would count as history or arcana. It's up to you.
It's the same thing. Let's roll the history.
History. Okay.
Okay.
So, from a historical perspective, the Shadow Roads have existed for quite some time. But how does one such faction like the Shadow Fae maintain control of them? Well, they have regular patrols. Patrols such as, ones done by said Dullahan boy here, but also by other figures known as Shadow Road Knights, and you see before you 3 actively heading in your direction.
Oh, we gotta wrap this up. We got reinforcements coming in hot.
Tis now Denny's turn, who agrees, saying, "Yes, I think we do need to wrap this up quite quickly. Let's see, what does he got on his plate?" Alrighty. Let me double check a thing to make sure I don't accidentally kill anybody, because that would be a shame. Alright. So, Denny is going to fire his acid arrow spell right at the Dullahan.
MILF's
Okay.
acid arrow.
MILFs.
Apparently, yeah, that's the name. Now we gotta roll to see if it hits. Oh no!
Oh. He has advantage.
Advantaged up.
Ah, yes.
We love a stun. Let's
Some of
go!
Holy! Alright.
Let's
Now
go,
that's
Dennis.
now that's wrapping it up.
So that's an additional 4d4. Okay, rolled really low, but that's a 19 acid damage right there. Yeah, 19. Alrighty. do some quick maths. Okay. And he's going to take, I believe, a residual 2d4. Alrighty. Okay, so once again, you watch something begin to coalesce in front of the floating mouth that is Denny. Except this time, you watch this green light begin to coalesce and then solidify, beginning to drop. You see these drips fall on the cobblestone beneath your feet. And it seems to form this very crude shape of an arrow that flies and hits the Dolahan square in the chest. You watch as it splashes out, and this green acid kind of scatters across it. You can see part of its cape begins to fizzle away, and some of the leather as well. You can see skin, the coloration, the same as its head, this sickly grayish green beneath its coat. Some of it even splashes on the horse, which promptly whinnies and rears up once more. I need Ophelia to make a dex save for me, please, as it is going to buck once.
A 4.
Ooh. 10 points of bludgeoning damage to you, my dear, as you take a horse's hoof straight to your own.
Ow, fucking. Ow.
You couldn't bear children before, you may not be able to now.
Oh my!
Chaz, it's your turn.
I suddenly hate whatever God created me and rules
So-
this world.
Just to
God
clarify,
damn.
were the reinforcements coming from behind us or in front of us?
Reinforcements are coming from this side, and they're actively heading towards this direction. It's at an angle, so they'll be, once they get on your shadow road, they'll be coming from here, from
Okay.
behind.
Gotcha.
Alright.
I will.
How long does the Bane last for?
I believe a minute. So
A minute?
Few more
And its
rounds.
concentration?
yes.
Okay. This poor Dolahan, bro.
Well, I will move this.
TBH, everything you guys face from here on out is going to be immune to stuns. I don't care if it's not originally, it's just immune to stun.
Oh no.
Goblins, immune to stun.
I'll just counter charm again.
Easy.
Chill.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm gonna inspire Ophelia as well.
Oh, thank God.
How do you inspire her?
I'll say, you can do it.
You got it.
I say it exactly like that. Already.
Do
Just
it.
be like, I think he's scared of you, Ophelia. Meanwhile, I'm doing nothing to him.
You're
And
terrifying him.
Not going to do much as per usual with the random NPCs that get attached to you guys. Lord.
Okay. I'll run back over and I'll try to stab him again.
Alrighty. Do. The 21 hits. A
Woohoo.
big surprise.
Then I will bonus action disengage and back away again. Don't want to.
Sebastian,
Yes.
it is your turn.
I will do things.
Well, that's what would be when waiting.
Well,
That was a sentence.
your mic didn't come in the first part, so.
Gotcha. Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna go with another slashy. With advantage.
This is just utter brutalization.
And I'll just do another attack and an offhand, so
Well, you have 2 attacks, don't you?
yep. $17, 24.
Hello? Alright, good. Cool. My audio cut out. What did you say, sir?
That will be 24 damage to Mr. Doulahan.
He takes it. Holy!
And yeah, what the heck? I got enough. Let's go for another con save.
You absolute bastard.
Oh! Get
I got
it.
9 key, man. I've meditated for this.
It's too much key.
Yep.
Ha!
Even without the minus like D4, he does not succeed. Alright. Well, he's still stunned. He didn't get to do jack. Straight up not having a good time.
Wow.
Alright.
Sadly, I will have to hold out if we are to get in another sticky situation. So let's make this quick.
Oh yes, he also gets to take the residual 2d4 from the acid arrow. Alright.
I'm at 84 initiative.
Jeez.
She's
gonna hit
only growing
over
more
100.
powerful.
We're 100 next turn.
Her power level is over 9,000.
Incredible.
Does anyone need any healing?
No.
He hasn't hit any of us.
He's
You
not
guys,
really
you think
doing
you
too
think you
much.
guys got touched? You think I hit any of you guys? Huh?
Only
Well,
you
you
have
did
been
break
damaged.
my shield on Ophelia, you know, the horse.
True.
Are
I
the
still got
bad
my
guys?
talent.
Are there bad guys on the map yet?
No. They are
Frick.
not.
Frickin' frick, dude.
You get the sense that they are beginning to cut you off.
Cut us off. God damn it.
What would you like to do,
I don't
Ophelia?
know. I don't know. I'm gonna guiding bolt him, I guess.
Alrighty. Roll your ranged attack with advantage. Because he's still stunned for the 3rd round in a row.
Okay. 19.
Roll damage.
The way of the debilitating fist.
I wonder if I could remove your stun ability if I cut your hands off.
Nope,
Just use
it's
his
any
forehead.
melee strike. I could kick him.
Okay.
I'm about to call you Nubby here in a sec, bro.
Second level, 14 damage.
So, Ophelia, I have one question for you.
Yeah?
How you want to do it to him?
Oh! I want to blast him so that he falls off his, like his body falls off his horse.
A
And
petty
then-
thing, aren't we?
And then the head flies up, and I'm gonna try to catch it.
Okay. Alrighty.
I'm like going to try to catch it.
I got it. It's like catch me, kick off.
Yeah.
It's a pop fly. Alright, so you blast him. You fire your shots, the holy energy coalescing once more and right through the chest. With the acid melting away some of his armor and the blast that he took before, some of the clothing and organic material becoming brittle as well from the ray of frost. You boom right through the chest, out the back. Taz and Valora and Sebastian, you guys watch this green bolt of light pass straight through his chest with this kind of melted, fizzling, frayed ends of the hole. The body slumps off, and as it falls, the wrist kind of flicks up, and the head goes flying into the air. Ophelia, make a sleight of hand.
I'm like, I got it, I got it, I got it.
Why? Why are you trying to get it? Don't do. You don't know where his head's been.
I'm really not good at this. 15?
15's high enough. The head
Yay!
falls, and you catch it right in your arms. And there it is. Empty eyes, slack-jawed, and unmoving. The
Does anyone
Dolahan
want this? Does anyone
is
want this?
slain.
No.
Okay, I sort of throw it off the bridge.
Just
Just sort of
watch
flop
kind
it.
of fling. It falls for a bit, and then you hear a crack, just kind of like a thump, dull thump, and crack. And you watch as it bounces from like one rock to another as it goes down into this crevasse. The bridge is over. Alrighty. The Dolahan is dead, so.
Woo!
But you're all aware of the company that's trying to intercept you. What would you like to do?
Which way, Denny?
Oh, this way, the way we were going before. This way.
Okay.
Zoom.
What does the horse do?
It's just kind of there. It kind of stomps its foot for a little bit and then begins to gallop back that away.
Okay. Let's go, everybody.
Alrighty. So, you guys are going to be racing against these Shadow Road Knights as they are endeavoring to attempt to cut you off. Which means best 2 out of 3 for this successor. I would like everybody. Actually, is there anything that you guys are wanting to do to attempt to aid yourselves in passing these guys? Because they have a head start on you.
I would use my remaining inspirations to just give us a speed boost with my mantles.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
guys got the Spood Beast. I need everybody.
Speed beast.
It's a terrible beast.
Lots of Spood. Alrighty.
Who's the slowest?
Everybody that's not you.
I'm 35, actually.
So that would be, I believe, Valora and Ophelia, and Emmerich
Damn.
and Denny. I think they all have 30 speed.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll have you guys do. Honestly, we'll just make everybody do a dex save. But I will say with advantage because you gotten the Spood Beast. And Denny's will not have to make this because he flies.
19.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit, natural 20. La, 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 la.
Alrighty. Dang. Everybody rolling high.
Yeah.
You guys, with a lurch of speed, the mantle of inspiration provided by your friend Taz begins to send you rocketing forward as you all break out in a full sprint in an attempt to try and beat these Shadow Road Knights. Denny kind of muttering to himself as you guys are going on your way, seemingly gibberish. Alrighty, so that is one success. Anybody but Taz, how would you like to aid the party in trying to beat the Shadow Road Knights? anything that you can think of what you'd like to do.
No. Are the like shadow knights running next to each other? Like close by each other?
I mean, kind of, yeah. They're in a group.
Okay. And how many feet away?
Quite a ways. Like they are, like these are, in effect, they're like two bridges kind of side by side. But, I mean, you know how bridges are, like they are still very far away. Maybe at least 200 feet across, like the crevice you guys are currently passing over. I mean, as you guys are getting further and further towards your destination, you are going to be getting closer and closer because the shadow roads do converge, but they're still a ways off.
Oh.
Gotta think quick, gotta think quick. What are you doing? What are you doing? How you help?
I'm gonna take one of the magic beans and throw it in the path behind us. See if it breaks the bridge. Or makes a big thing of smoke or something so they can't see us.
Okay.
Magic bean! Hail Mary!
Okay. Oh boy.
Meantime,
You're gonna need to pull that up right quick. Magic beans. No, not beings. Beans. Alrighty. Ophelia, roll a 1d100 for me, please.
Oh, I totally forgot.
up to random chance.
I got a short-term memory loss.
22.
Please. Please.
Okay. Alright. So, you guys watch as Ophelia pulls a bean, praying to Nyala that it does something helpful, and tosses it back over her shoulder as you guys run. We'll say you throw it a good, I don't know, 45 feet behind you guys as you're running. That's not what I wanted to do. Turn order can go away. Okay. In the meantime, you toss the bean and you hear it land and kind of pop, kind of like a little popper that you throw down on the ground to scare your friends. And you catch out of the corner of your eye what appears to be suddenly a statue appears. It's odd. The statue's about your height. You can hear kind of the grinding of the stone as it kind of looks down at its hands and then looks at the rest of you, and you watch as it kind of scans your group, your crowd, and locks eyes with you, Ophelia. And you realize in that moment that statue looks exactly like you do. And suddenly it begins to chase after you guys.
Oh my god.
Oh! Guys, what just happened?
What did you do?
What was that bean?
Guys, I don't know where that came from. But there's a statue of me chasing us.
Seems.
Maybe it will confuse them.
You hear the statue kind of suddenly say, in an almost identical copy of Ophelia's voice, "You there! Stop her! Stop her right now! She's a terrible person. She claims to be a holy woman, but she has no morals. Stop her right now!"
Damn.
Excuse me.
The statue's really mean.
Does this bitch want to throw hands with me? I'm gonna take her down.
So that doesn't really help your speed. Well, maybe it kind of does. Seeing a giant statue the shape of and likeness of Ophelia run after you guys, hurling insults at you, actually kind of gives you a little bit more motivation to speed things up.
How big is it?
Go ahead, everybody make your make your deck saves with advantage.
How big is the
What?
statue?
Oh no.
Oh.
13.
17.
Uh-oh. Oh wait, that's advantage.
Okay. 26, 13, 17, 19.
Pause. 26?
For deck save? Oh, 26 on... Yeah, because you guys have
Oh,
advantage.
Jesus, I didn't even see that. That's ridiculous.
Popping off.
Let's see. Success. Yep, alright. Good enough. You guys now, looking off to your side, seeing the Shadow Road Knights on the other Shadow Road beside you. You guys are passing them now. And the statue is still chasing after, but seems to be falling behind a bit. You know, maybe because it's a statue. But you guys are now ahead of these Shadow Road Knights. What are you wanting to do?
Keep her going.
Just
Benny,
go
where's going
wherever
again?
Daddy points us.
Alrighty. As you guys are running, Denny kind of floating a little bit at the lead. Goes, come now, everyone. We must reach the convergence. Unfortunately, that's where they're headed to. Quickly. And he begins to lead you guys on. You hear the dull thumping of the statue running after you guys, hurling insults at Ophelia.
Bro!
Child-bearing whore, she says.
Oh my gosh.
Ophelia just starts like crying as she's running.
Oh no.
What did I do to deserve this?
I'm just picturing her like running as fast as she can, and she's got like tears streaming down her face.
Yeah.
Oh no. But you guys do follow Denny's instructions. And you reach the convergence of the Shadow Roads before the Shadow Road Knights. You do get a bit of a better look at them as well. They are about as big as Shiala, the ambassador you'd seen at the bonfire. But they have these kind of furred cloaks on, breastplates, and dark leather raiments and clothing. Not the characteristic horns you'd seen on Shiala, but that same sable, just like stark black hair and alabaster skin with kind of pointed ears, and kind of like with white people, you see, like, you know, we're not white, we're like peachy. Got kind of like a redness to us. Instead of a redness for them, it's almost like a purple. But as they catch sight of you guys, two of them continue to run straight at you. One of them drops to one knee and knocks a short bow and is going to fire. The one closest is going to be Sebastian. Ooh, it's a 26 to hit.
Okay.
And they're going to knock their bow and fire another one in quick succession. Okay. First one comes right at you. I do believe a 26 hits. I don't know if your catch missiles thing really works on that.
It depends on the damage.
Yep.
Ah, I see.
And so the way that works for deflect missile, starting at 3rd level, use reaction, deflect or catch the missile you're hit by a ranged weapon attack. When you do so, the damage you take from your attack is reduced by 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier plus your monk level.
So just baseline, you negate the damage. Level 9.
Yep.
+2. Or even more.
Yeah. Okay. So, one arrow, you manage to deflect it, swat it to the side, and the other one seems to fall short and lands right beside your foot, striking against the cobblestone and flying up a couple of sparks from the arrowhead. But the two continue to give chase.
Just gonna like knock it out of there, like. Yeah.
Alrighty.
So man.
Denny, continuing to urge you, is, come, quickly, we must get to the guardhouse. Right this way! And he goes by, and on this convergence, you can see kind of where the shadow roads begin to converge. You can see a couple of other shadow roads, one that seemed to be going off towards the direction immediately to your western side, towards actually what looks to be that tower you saw previously in the distance. That direction where that plateau was, and sort of this crevice now seems to be more like a canyon that's winding its way towards that. You can see a couple of other shadow roads. The one that you're going connects to the convergence and then continues on outwards in a much narrower fashion. It's almost like a little bit of like a mini hub, composed of cobblestone on these tall, almost precarious pillars that are keeping it up and above whatever dangerous creatures, like the ones you saw slowly chasing you, falling off that cliffside, lie below. He goes over to sort of this humble single-story building that's composed out of the same kind of brick, cobblestone and just like carved rock that makes up these shadow roads. And he stops by the entrance, kind of a humble door, simple wood, and begins urging you guys to come inside.
Okay.
I'll be the last one in.
Do I see the
Alright.
statue behind me?
Yeah, it's... I mean, it fell behind a little bit, but it's starting to catch up now that you guys kind of stopped to figure out where to go.
Okay.
You hear off in the distance, "You pink bitch!"
My god.
Granophilia.
Alrighty, do you all begin funneling inside the guardhouse?
Yeah.
Alright. Quickly, you can almost imagine Denny having an arm waving hands to get you guys inside as you slam open the door to the guardhouse and pile in quickly, huffing and puffing, sweating profusely at this full-on sprint. Sebastian, you're the last one in, as you watch as the two Shadow Fae knights that had not stopped to fire their arrows are almost right on you guys, running up. You can see one begins to pull its sword out of its scabbard. You slam the door shut quickly, and you hear a thump, thump, and you see 2 points, little tips of arrowheads, sticking out of the door, or rather sticking in. You can see one kind of going right next to your face as you close the door.
Now what, Denny?
Close.
Denny turns and looks in the way that only teeth can do, and begins to look like he floats around a little bit, searching the interior. You can see it's empty. It's dimly lit. It looks almost kind of like an office in a way only a medieval fantasy office could perhaps look. A couple of tables. You can see some desk off to the side, and probably some rooms towards the back. But you also hear that familiar sound. He goes, "Oh, do you hear that? That's yes, portal, this way, follow me, quickly.
Oh god.
And he begins going straight down towards the end of the hallway. Sebastian, as you're kind of there by the door, you hear the as the Shadow Road Knights together, kind of shoving their shoulders up against the door that you're standing up against.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it as long as I can.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
Looking for that portal.
Quickly with the portal.
Alrighty. You follow Denny down towards the end of the hallway, and you can see this glow that's kind of cast by a light going around one of the corners. Denny turns around. He goes, "Oh, I found it! This way, quickly!" And you hear the sound of just the as he goes in. Those of you that are following him, you go and you turn. You can see a similar doorway, one that's not sort of the inky black and gray that you'd seen previously going into the Shadowfell, but one that's kind of these almost like a rainbow swirl. It's very disorienting compared to just the dull gray and black and purple that you've been seeing for the last however many hours you've been traveling. But Danny's nowhere to be seen, seemingly gone through the portal.
Come on, Sebastian!
We
Down
found it.
here.
Hurry!
All right, I'm gonna like leave the door and like try and chuck a table in front of it to barricade it on my way through.
Oh, I didn't roll that right. Does a 14 hit?
It does not.
All right. So right as you lift off from the door, you see a blade shing go through the wood and pull back out. And then another shing go through the wood, pull right back out. And right as that happens, you toss that table to put right in front of the door. And as you do, it kind of thumps again. And the thumping stops. Kind of wait a moment as you're slowly backing towards the hallway. And then you watch, not a stab, but rather a slash. You see the blade kind of go in and then pull out, and then a gloved hand kind of go in between where the wood's been cut and begin to kind of pry the wood until it snaps. And there's a small hole there where you can see a single eye with kind of feline irises look at you and then scowl.
I'm gonna chuck a dart at it.
All right, roll to attack.
Let's go.
Oh snap! With one quick fluid motion, you whoosh, toss a dart straight through, and you watch as it sails perfectly right through that hole in the door. Bullseye, and you hear a ah on the other side before you turn and you run down into.
Something to remember us by. Thank you.
Alrighty, you follow the rest of your party as they begin filing one at a time through this rainbow kind of swirly portal. And as you guys go through, hearing that sort of sound and distortion, you feel once more that sensation of being sneezed through a garden hose or pulled through a cheese grater as your essence gets yeeted from one plane to another. And you guys come not tumbling out of some tree hollow or doorway or cave rather. In fact, as you're feeling your essence get pulled and yanked, yourself stretched impossibly thin, all of you, before kind of snapping back with the elasticity of a rubber band being pulled and released, you find yourselves slung right out into the air, kind of watching the light approach like a speeding train, and suddenly open air, twilight sky, kind of pine trees below. Wait a minute. Pine trees below? You realize you're in the air, and you're falling, and you guys all get one after the other, boom, 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 shot out from what looks to be kind of this small, almost like fox's burrow at the base of a tree amongst its roots. You guys get kind of shot out and land kind of in a heap on top of one another.
So we weren't that high up. My God.
No, not super high, but you got some air.
It's just like, great, we all go splat.
I just sort of like look up and I'm like, guys, do you think I'm a whore?
Well, you've never taken money, right?
No.
Well, then you're not a whore. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Woo! Where the hell are we?
As you guys begin to gather yourselves and stand up and dust yourselves off, kind of the dirt and whatnot, you're kind of it's a shock to your senses. The sudden, almost like just though the sky of the Feywild has just been perpetual twilight, it seems almost brighter than what you're used to. Especially after having been in the Shadowfell long enough to where your senses sort of adjusted to that weird, overwhelming, innate numbness where kind of each sensation that you felt, touch, smell, kind of feeling, sight, all that felt sluggish, almost delayed in a way. And immediately that sort of rush of feeling warm bodies on top of each other, the sounds of all of you breathing heavily, the sounds of birds chirping nearby on the branch of a tree. It seems almost too loud for a second, like you guys are just waking up and have this major. It takes a second to adjust, but everything begins to return back to normal as that numbness seems to seep away. You realize it's cold. In fact, it's very cold. Gonna shiver a moment and breathe out, and you can see your breath come out in these light white puffs. And you realize there's a light dusting of snow, the very, very poofy, powdery kind, almost where you could see the individual snowflakes as one of you reach your hand out and watch it slowly fall and land on a fingertip and then quickly melt. You can see you're surrounded by pine trees, similar to the ones that you'd seen as you were progressively making your way towards the winter or Feywild, excuse me.
Oh my god.
We're here?
And you can see these pine trees almost like redwoods. At least the redwood equivalent of pine trees. Extremely thick based trunks, and pines. The greenery just kind of outstretching like massive umbrellas. They're snow capped like mountains would be, and you can see at the base of each of these trees, because they're so big, they're almost kind of there's a lot of space in between, almost like they're sparsely next to each other. It's not really a thick forest, but you can see this large radius where there's not as much snow, and the forest floor at the base of them are just covered in brown dead pine needles. You hear metallic chattering as Denny kind of floats off to one side and then floats off to another, almost like he's looking for something. So the metal of the chattering iron teeth, that is, well, him, seems almost like he's nervously looking for something. He's, oh, it's got to be around here somewhere. I can feel her. I can feel her. She's so close.
Oh.
Just gonna look up clearly around the ground like, who's here?
Her! You know, the one you're looking. Oh, what was her name?
Mulberry?
Triss.
Oh, yes, no, that one, Mulberry. Triss, who's Triss? What? Madam Mulberry, that's the one that we're looking for.
My god. Taz, what if Denny is all that's left of Triss?
We scryed her though.
What? That's
Oh,
preposterous. Why would I be anybody else but myself?
I don't know. Why is a statue that looks like me chasing me, you know?
You were just in the Shadowfell, and you're in the Feywild now. You really...
No.
Weird, my dear, is the name of the game.
Can the name of the game be a nap?
Can what?
Can the name of a game be a nap? I'm very tired. Out trying to do
A
a hard
nap?
fighting one.
No.
The door.
No naps. We're so close I can feel it.
Oh.
So which way now?
I'm trying to decide. Choice makes it difficult. Oh, this is what I get for being separated. Ooh, who dat?
My doodle of Ophelia.
Nice.
I want to say this way. Oh, the cold. It's throwing me off. Quick, one of you, can you find where the mountains are?
Where the mountains are?
Yes, I can't see mountains from down here.
I'm a levitate.
Okay.
I'm a levitate. Straight up.
Alrighty. You begin to slowly lift up off the ground, just floating, hair flowing, as the wind, an old friend of yours, breezes by and lifts you up. And you slowly begin to rise further and further past the trees, passing the greenery of the pines, slightly dusted with white snow. And as you past their peaks, you can see what was once sort of this looming wall of earth off in the distance, negligible almost on the horizon, is now very close and imposing.
Okay, I'm just be like, they're very close. They're right here.
I knew it. She must be around here somewhere. Oh, we're so close. Help me look, help me look. I can only sense so far.
What are we looking for? An entrance to something?
Bed.
Madam Mulberry, I believe.
Does she
that is
live
who
in
you're
a
looking
house?
for, yes? I'm sorry?
Does she live in a house or a cave or something?
A house.
Okay, as I'm levitating, I'm gonna do like a search around for a house below.
Okay, make a perception check. Meanwhile, Emmerich just kind of like goes over, and the poor guy, he's just shivering, and he kind of sits down at the base of one of these trees up against the trunk and pulls his knees up to his chest and kind of wraps himself up into a little ball, trying to keep himself warm.
Okay, I got
19.
a 19, yeah.
Okay. Though you can't see any houses, you can spot out what looks to be almost like a little bit of a spire peeking up from one of the mountain sides, as well as what looks to be maybe a larger clearing amongst the pine trees. Although the pine trees, these massive great pines, are large, and thus on the ground they're not as close. They're still kind of all branch to branch, if you will, which granted is a wide radius. But you can see what looks to be almost like I said, a clearing, a space where some of them seem to not be touching. Almost there's a great swath.
Okay. I'm gonna tell everyone what I saw.
Ah, well, the spire you saw is most likely the Frozen Reach, and well, don't need to go there. Clearing it is, I suppose. Which way?
In that direction.
Right, off we go, and he begins leading you guys in that direction.
Wait, before we go. Emmerich, I'm guessing you would like to go home.
If at all possible, please.
Okay. Well, don't resist whatever happens next.
Thus?
Banishment.
Alrighty.
It worked.
Yeah.
You pop out, gone.
He's
Banished
gone.
from the existence within the Feywild.
We love using high level spells right before an encounter.
You guys wait a moment. Nothing left of Emmerich but a small butt print and shoe print in the snow.
I hope he's okay.
So
and
does
after a
he
moment,
just
you
pop
feel
out randomly in the third plane? Really?
if he got sent back to his home plane, I do believe.
Just
I mean,
appears in the
just
ocean. It's like,
Anywhere. He'll probably end up dying.
you know, I
He's
was
very
hoping
weak.
it would just at least be somewhere better than the dangerous winters.
oh yes, good call. It was just curiosity.
I don't know. Poor guy's never gonna want to dance again.
Right. So you just maintain concentration for a minute, and he'll stay there permanently.
Yeah.
Easy enough. Mm.
Okay,
After
now
a minute
we go.
passes, you feel that residual feeling, burning of a spell being used, pass, and Emmerich does not return. Hopefully,
And we see him, he's like he's like a pirate with his own ship. He's like, I landed in the middle of the ocean.
hopefully he is someplace safe within the material plane. Alrighty. Oh geez, it's a plane, which means, oh no. All right. Anyways,
What?
Denny begins to lead you guys onwards towards this clearing that Ophelia indicated. And you travel for a good maybe 20, 30 minutes. The light snowfall passing in between bits where the great pines don't provide any cover. And before long, you do come across this clearing. Easy to spot because of the large gaps between the trunks of the great pines. But you see sort of an empty, grassy field, dusted in snow, and what looks to be a small cottage. Single story, rickety, old, constructed entirely out of wood, with a singular chimney to one side, with a small puffing of smoke here or there coming out of the chimney. A small porch as well, with kind of a constructed wood balcony. A couple parts of the balcony kind of broken or bent in, splintered in some bits, and a small little staircase that leads up to this very humble cottage, if you will. And Denny comes up to the tree line and stops and just kind of, home at last.
Wait. Home.
Yes, I mean, Madame Mulberry's. This is where you wanted to go, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
You seem
So
so
off we
fond
go
of it.
then. Off we go, and he begins flying.
Can we take a potty break?
So, after having fought and absolutely destroyed the Dolahan, allowing him no room to move at all, stunning him 3 times in a row, because monks are bullshit. Let I forever be quoted. Put it on my gravestone. Put it in my senior yearbook.
Hashtag Deus says fuck the undead.
Yeah.
Why give you that special little blessing when you can just stun my Dolahan 3 rounds in a row, bud?
Because it would be cool and I need something.
Anyways, you absolutely pop his booty hole, scare the horse off, yeet the head off the Shadow Road, and then promptly run an Olympic race, sprinting against some Shadow Road knights, where you guys promptly beat them, and at the behest of Denny, begin to file into a guard post containing a portal back into ye old Feywild. And there, you guys did a little bit of scouting and found a cottage in the middle of the woods, a cabin in the woods, some might say. And that is where we leave you off at. So,
The evil is
Oh.
defeated.
oh, my knees.
So before we go in there, what should our strategy be? I look at Taz.
Blowing my nose. Well, I have no idea. These are dangerous creatures who I don't know much about, and who have my friend captain.
Maybe you could sneak up there, Valora. Let's see what's inside.
Sure. I'll go towards the creepy house.
All right.
Just- See if anyone's home.
Try to sneak up there and peek through a window.
Alrighty. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Mm.
Let's see something good.
It's kind of impossible for her to roll bad unless it's a nat 1. Yeah.
Oh!
uh,
Oh,
perfect.
not 20.
Oh, Lord.
That's a 33.
That's a big number. Alrighty. What is underneath my pillow? It's hurting my knees. Un momento, por favor. Okay. Alright. So, you are a pretty fucking stealth mate. In fact, so stealth that, well, honestly, are unseen when you're going out into the middle of a field in a forest. But you make it look like you're doing a really good job. Slinking slowly, keeping low. Begin to make your way out towards the cottage. And as you do, you see some figures begin crossing from another part of the forest, kind of several several yards out, 70 yards off to one side. You see what looks to be a trio. One small, two larger than the one in the lead, striding dutifully towards the cottage.
Shit.
What? Who is it?
Do they look like the people from the Pumpkin King bonfire? Those 3 people that were looking for Madame Albury too?
They do indeed.
Of
Lead us
course.
here.
Catch sort of a pair. She strides with purpose towards the porch, and because you were traveling at a slower stealth pace and rolled a nat 20, which results as a fucking 33, they don't see you. However, they are moving faster than you are and are upon the porch and knocking on the door.
Alright, I'll just watch for.
You can listen to their conversation.
Yeah, I can. If I can see their
Okay.
lips, but they're kind of.
Roll a perception check to see if you can. Keep in mind you're quite far away. Okay. So,
Quite far away, you say.
as you're creeping towards
She got a 29,
porch,
by the way.
and stop, knock on the door. Yes, 29. The door opens, and the shadow phase backs to you. One of the guards seems to be standing next to Shiala. The other one has stopped and is turned around and looking, kind of scanning the field behind it. You watch as kind of the empty eyes seem to sweep over you for a moment, but continue past and keep looking around. You see a small form, gray, kind of a bit of a demoid figure that answers the door. And you can't really make out what it says. What with the distance, the shadow face standing in front of it, the railing on the porch, it's very difficult to pick out really anything of any sort of meaning. Like a word here or there you think, but nothing that really strings together any sort of sentence. And before long, the 3 are invited in. And you watch as the squat creature kind of like stops for a moment in the door, waiting for that third guard to go in, or excuse me, third and second guard goes into the door, scans for a moment, and then closes the door. Did anybody say anything? Because I think my audio cut out.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Laura, are you coming back?
What are you doing, Valora?
Yeah, I'll turn back.
Okay.
Who was
You
that? I asked her.
The shadow elves from the bonfire beat us here.
Oh.
What do they want? What do they want with her? I don't know her.
I don't know. I remember that they wanted to find Madame Mulberry too, but
Did you see her?
Madame Mulberry?
Yeah, or Triss.
I don't really know what either of them look like, but I don't think some kind of servant answered the door. I don't.
Oh, isn't Triss tiny?
She's not tiny necessarily. She's a bit smaller than the rest of you. Even you, Ophelia, as you're, I think, the shortest person in the team.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's not like.
She's not like a little fairy. I thought she was
Or
like
fairy.
a fairy.
I mean, she is. But of one of the larger varieties.
Okay, cool. Well, what do we do?
I think we're at the right place.
I mean, we could just ask. Like,
I mean, they just went up and knocked.
we don't know what the situation is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if Triss is in there and they try to hurt her?
Well, she's just a servant of the hag. I don't think they would hurt her.
Are we gonna try to bargain?
Okay, I'm gonna cast a
'Cause
spell.
I don't want to make any more deals.
Well, we could see what's going on first, and if things have to devolve to bloodshed, we can do that.
Let's just kick all their asses. I mean, we just really gave to that rider back there. He didn't even lay a hand on us.
Granted,
Surely he would deal with the hag.
there was one of him, though, and there would be at least 4 people who are hostile to us in there. And I have spent a fair amount of key.
Well, we could take a break and watch up for an hour, see if anything changes.
Yeah, let's wait and see like if they come out or not.
Okay. So you guys kind of taking a short rest?
Yeah, use a short rest, then keep an eye on the door.
Okay. Denny seems to be a tad kind of disappointed at these circumstances. Oh, really? Is a rest necessary? She's right there. We could simply just walk on over, and go inside. It'd be all over. No problem whatsoever.
Why are you in a hurry?
Well, I'd like to get back.
Why?
Perhaps I.
What?
You cut out.
Perhaps I missed the place.
Well,
Oh,
surely she would give Triss for you. We just make a trade.
Oh, good point.
Possibly.
So Denny, you should really act like we're I don't know, like maybe you don't want to go back.
What? Why? Why would I do that?
Because it's not really a trade if you're just like waltzing in like you want to go back.
Well, maybe you don't want to give me back.
I'm
It's
sure.
it's reluctant. I mean, I don't know. A trade is between two people consenting to things. There's one to one and one to the other in exchange for the other's item. It's obviously you want to have the other thing the person has.
Okay.
Ah, honestly. Mortals. Fine. If you want to wait here and waste time, we can. And kind of floats over and settles down on a branch in a nearby tree. Quite a ways up, but still kind of within earshot. It's kind of weird watching a pair of iron teeth nestle itself on a branch like a bird.
Very weird. Yeah.
Yes.
So we're just gonna wait and see if the shadow elves come out.
Okay. I'd say you guys would get the benefit of a short rest from this as well. So if there's any recovery of any kind, spell slots, abilities, HP if you wish. If some of you are even missing some, go ahead.
Okay.
Cool.
In the meantime, as you all are keeping watch, you do not see the Shadow Elves exit at all. They're there for the whole hour that you wait. Inside, at least, as you guess, never having seen them exit out.
Oh gosh. Are they really just having a conversation in there?
Well, either way, I feel pretty good about this trade. I mean, clearly a set of sentient magical teeth are valuable, and I'm sure Mulberry would give Triss back.
Well, maybe I should do locate creature just to make sure Triss is in there. You know, we're not being tricked or anything by some fake Triss. We're not gonna walk in there with our bargaining chip. Okay. Oh wait,
That's really all I am to you, a bargaining chip.
No. You're like the coolest thing ever. Sorry.
You are the worst liar ever.
I don't know if this spell helps me. Okay, that's it. Okay, I'm gonna cast locate creature.
Mm-hmm.
1,000 feet from me. You know, that kind of stuff.
Who are you locating?
I'm looking for Triss.
Okay. Your magical sonar feelers go out and you get a ping coming from the house, the cottage right there.
She's inside.
All right, let's do it.
All right, you guys are heading up?
Yup.
Yeah.
All right. You all pack up whatever stuff you set out, stomp out the fire. Excuse me. And trek up towards the cottage. And there you get a really good look at just how rickety it is up close. Almost as if it's really not inhabitable. Though there's a singular window with a glass pane that is oddly intact compared to the rest of it, where a bunch of the wood has dents and splinters and splits and chips in it, breaks in a couple of places. The window is a solid pane of glass, and it's dark inside, indistinguishable. You guys make your way up the steps, and each step you hear from the wood as you make your way up and to the door. You, who is wanting to knock?
Well, not me.
Knock away.
Taz is gonna knock.
Mhm.
Okay. Taz, you knock on the door. Dun, 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 dun. You can hear the door protest at the knocks as if it's barely staying on the hinges. And the door promptly opens up. And you see what is a familiar shape, one that you'd seen at the bonfire, in sort of that little caravan that Red Sun had seen. Squat figure, grayish green, more on the green side, of bald head and kind of a bushy beard. Very hunched, with arms longer than its legs. As he just kind of like leans forwards, looking up at you guys, kind of pale white eyes, kind of hit with the almost like a little unclean smell. It's like kind of like body odor, and just kind of looks at you all. Yes.
Well, we've come across a belonging of Madame Mulberry's and sought to return it.
Come. And it kind of scoots back, using its arms as kind of like forelegs. It's wearing like this really basic, kind of dirty maroon tunic, and offers you entrance inside.
Cool.
Okay. You guys each step in, and you can see the inside of the house is oddly extremely clean. In fact, from the outside, the house looks like as if it should have maybe been like 2 or 3 rooms, like a bedroom, and then maybe like another room and like a very large kitchen and living area. But instead it's clean. It's furnished. You can see off to one side sort of a room almost like a dining table. It still makes sense for, being a cottage in the woods, if you will. But something that's kind of really struck you is all these little like leather strings hanging from the ceiling, each carrying different pouches and other bits and pieces in small like bags, or wrapped stuff that looks like herbs, items of small sizes and varying degrees, all different kinds. There's even a small staircase off to one side immediately within the foyer. And you can see that there's a hallway that extends down where there's other rooms, and the creature kind of closes the door behind you. He goes, "The mistress will be with you shortly," and then kind of scampers off into the dining room.
Nice chap.
Why? Should we just try to find her? I whisper.
We just wait for her to see us. No need to go off on our own yet.
Well, I do want to look around. I'm a curious person, so I try to look around for something interesting.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Investigation. Intelligence.
Yes.
Okay. A 6.
There's the stuff that's hanging from the ceiling. Dining table off to the side, nothing sewed on it, not even a cloth to cover it. There's just a stark wooden table and chairs. With one at the head and kind of 3 to one side. You really can't gather much else. I mean, it's very homely and oddly welcoming. And I mean, you gather that there's probably more things further into the house, which you realize suddenly feels almost like it's a bit bigger on the inside. Oddly enough. I mean, it was a single story when you guys had seen it on the outside, but there's, lo and behold, the staircase off to your right.
I'm gonna say it's kind of cozy in here. Reminds me of my cottage that in the Great Forest.
It does a little bit. You guys hear heavy footfalls, kind of thump, 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 and kind of the jingle of metal being worn.
Jingle! Triggered! The jester! He's back!
You guys see
He's
one boot
coming.
and then another going down the stairs. And as it goes down, you see kind of greaves, sort of almost like a tarnished bronze, followed by some chainmail and plate, and then a red beard and a red helmet. And it
Hey.
stops. And the figure looks at you guys and goes, "What are you doing here?"
Oh,
I
what
point
are
back
you
up
doing?
and- Hey.
No, seriously, what are you doing here?
Where
James
You're on
told us
business.
earlier,
Which, that's weird. Who told you Madame Mulberry was here? Jenny kind of floats out from behind you guys and goes, "Oh, Red Sun, it's so good to see you again. Damn you for not getting me from Vavnok." He's like, "I was only sent there for diplomatic reasons. I had no purpose in getting you out of that cage. You deserved what you got." He's, "Ugh. Always the lazy one, honestly." He's like, "Ha ha, not lazy, just not proactive. It's fine, I'm sure she'll be happy to see you." I said, "Really? Is she here?" I mean, I did feel her earlier, but I didn't know. Yes, she's inside. She's been awaiting company, I suppose. It something they have to do with Shiala? Yes, they did beat us here, didn't they? Yes, well, I just got here a few moments ago as well. I need something to eat. You want something to eat? He looks at the rest of you.
Yeah, totally.
Good,
Not
good, good.
hungry.
All right. Follow me. Let her know that I. And he kind of thumps down the rest of the stairs, turns and goes down the hallway, towards where you can see, bright light from like candles, torches, and you begin to smell spices and can hear the sound of boiling water. And Red Sun calls out, "Tris, cook us up something nice. We've got company."
Forgot.
And he walks in, leads you guys to the kitchen. You guys are greeted by a rather spacious bit. You can see Ophelia. It is surreal being exactly in this place that you had seen from the way that you had, sort of from the scrying that you had done. Sort of the wide open kitchen. The
Wait,
wooden
you're
plank
telling me
floor.
I scried on this place?
You did
There's
when you
some
scryed on
parallels here.
when you scryed on Triss, yeah.
Mhm.
You can see sort of a big, long counter that goes alongside, and then stretches out into almost like a little bit of like a bar outcropping. You can see a large pot off to a side over a fire, kind of nestled in, and another kind of like a stove, like a fire stove off to one side, and you gather that's kind of where the puff of smoke is coming up from the chimney. And all around you can see these leather strings that are tethering all sorts of items. A lot of them looks to be plant-based herbs, spices, all of that fun stuff. And it's just hanging there. It's almost like a little like canopy, if you will, where like if one of you were to like jump, especially Sebastian, you like hit your head on probably something that's hanging from the ceiling.
Sebastian.
You can see a large mortar off to one side in that corner, same spot you'd seen it resting previously, Ophelia, as well as a pestle. Right next to it, something that's used for mashing grain. And there before you, a familiar figure, one Triss, who is currently cutting up some stuff. And without looking behind her and without missing a beat as she's cutting up some kind of herb or vegetable. And she goes, "Sure thing, Red Sun. I'll get you something right quick." And then she grabs something off the ceiling, tugs it, and pulls, and you hear the leather strap snap. And she puts it down on the table. After she finishes cutting whatever it was she was cutting, she kind of scoops it up, sets the knife on the table, and turns and kind of stops as she freezes and sees you all. The eyes locked on you, Taz, and just kind of absently drops whatever she had in her hands, falling onto the floor. Sorry about that. I'll clean that up. And Red Sun just kind of, no worries, Tris. I don't know why you dropped it. I mean, you're not. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You put it in the pot. I'm sure it'll boil off whatever it, is on the floor. These are friends of mine. I met. What were your names?
Oh, I'm Ophelia.
Sebastian Dinch.
Taz, just kind of staring at Tris.
She's not looking at you. She's on her knees right now, gathering cut vegetables into her hand.
What is it, Ophelia?
I just I point to one of the herbs right above me. You're the tallest one, right?
Yes, I am. I'm 6'3", I think.
I really like herbs.
I'm 6'3". Can I surreptitiously kind of like grab some of them herbs?
Sure.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna help Tris pick up whatever she's picking up.
Okay.
I too, with a wave.
You get
of
down
my
on your
hand-
knees as well. Sorry, go ahead.
I said, with a wave of my hand, I would use Mage Hand to also kind of sweep up some of the things.
Okay. The two of you begin, gathering up the cut vegetables, and Taz with a mage hand, you scoop them all up, a good chunk of it, and carry it over and drop it into the pot that's currently boiling. Tris doesn't make any eye contact with you, Ophelia, and just, continues to frantically clean it all up and thank you, it's not necessary, and kind of rises and quickly dumps the rest into the pot.
Do I see any I think I asked this when I was scrying on her too. But she's not you can't see any bonds.
Any
or,
what?
Collar. Bonds? Any bonds on her? Or a collar or
No, none that you can discern.
But
Oh no, my herbs.
But did I grab those herbs?
Yes. I was in the process of figuring out what you grabbed, but the website that they're on is no longer... It's off for maintenance right now. Oh, that's...
How come we're always stealing stuff for Ophelia?
And at one time I tried to steal something, so I was cursed. Freaked out.
You can't steal unless I tell you to.
I can't find it at the moment anyways. Yeah, you grab a handful of some plants. Looks like kind of a gnarled root. It's big and it's singular. It says one singular root. That's pretty thick, reminiscent of a rutabaga. It's kind of twisted and gnarled.
Have you guys seen Pan's Labyrinth?
Yes.
Bits and pieces.
Remember the root baby?
Ooh.
Oh no.
Please be a root baby.
One root from Mulberry's cabin. Looks like rutabaga.
Anyways, she finishes putting the rest of the vegetables into the pot and goes back to cutting the next thing that she had pulled off. And Red Sun goes, oh, have no fear. Chris is one of the best cooks that we've ever had. She makes fantastic things, and even she even helps Madame Mulberry with preparing any sort of potions and brews.
Quite a skilled assistant you've acquired.
Indeed, she's one of the best, probably one of the best catches that Babushka's ever had. Come, we should go find a place to sit. And he gestures off to kind of a bit of the kitchen that's attached. It's kind of like it's not as like a straight up table with kind of the chairs. It's more of like a like an extension of the kitchen room where it's a lot less formal. And it's kind of like a couple of stools around next to a closed door. Smaller table, not a long table like you saw upon entering into the cottage. One where, the five of you can easily sit around. And he pulls out a chair, sits down in it with a big thump and just kind of leans back a bit and kind of lounges. And, so, what, you had mentioned you were looking for Mulberry, but what here?
Well, my first question is, are you Mulberry's son or something?
Son, no. Well,
Oh?
you could argue that, I suppose. It's not quite a stretch, but no. I am assistant. I am servant of her.
Oh, like willingly?
Well, I wouldn't say willingly, at least not at first, but when you've been in this position for over 600 years, you get kind of used to it.
So how did you first become acquainted with Mulberry, if it wasn't willingly?
Oh, well, I kind of got acquainted with her. Got the job, it was it was a long time ago, 6 centuries, as I said, something around there, where there was a fight that happened at my village, and a man who, well, frankly, looks kind of like how I do now, was on the battlefield on the opposing side. I happened to find him there, and we fought, and I won, and well, I guess I got his position. So.
Oh my, that's
Yup.
impressive.
Now I am horseman, and have been ever since.
Did he say horseman? Horseman?
Yes, he said horseman.
He's one of the three for, well, we know at least Baba Yaga, but we don't know who else.
And has the potion maker assistant been with you that long, or?
Oh, well, she hasn't been with us too long. She's been with us for maybe Tris, he says, raising his voice. How long do you think you've been with us? She kind of, Red Sun, I'm not quite sure. It's been a little bit, maybe about a year or so. It kind of lose track. You hear kind of chopping in the back in the kitchen. He goes, "Yeah, sounds about right. You spend enough time in the Feywild and you start losing track of time."
Indeed.
So, yeah, you were saying why?
Cut out a little bit.
You said you were looking for Madame Mulberry. Why?
Well, we found the teeth here, and he seemed pretty insistent on getting back. And
So he talked you into getting him out of the cage, huh?
he is persuasive if you listen.
Yeah, that he can be. He's a bit too smart for his own good. Danny kind of floats by, and you can see there's like another bird cage kind of in the corner of this room that you guys are in. With it's open. There's an empty bottom and kind of a little like bird swing that he goes over and rests on. Just kind of, well, you know, it's good to be back home. It's been quite some time. Just figured if you weren't going to help me, and the next best lot. Yeah, bah, whatever. You know, you really shouldn't have run off like that. She's missed you. Well, you know, she might be a base individual, but it sure does beat being trapped in a cage as opposed to leaving one freely. Yeah, and I'm surprised that you managed to even get him out of there and left with your lives. You know, stealing from Vavnok is not wise.
Oh, we know.
Just hoping to gain a bit of favor with the right people.
What sort of people?
Well, Mulberry is quite powerful, we hear, and, you know, thought returning to Denny here would, you know, maybe have some reward.
Well, you know, you're not quite off the mark. I hope you have you ask for a fair trade. You might be surprised just how much or how little Zuby here is worth. Kind of gestures his head at the dentures.
Well, that's vague and helpful.
I know. Clear as mud, right? Babushka's, she's temperamental, you know. Sometimes they fight, and sometimes she kicks him out, and sometimes he just gets fed up with being stuck in one place and leaves.
Oh, yeah. I understand.
Anyways, she's meeting with the sheriff here right now. I don't know how long it'll be, but perhaps think about what you're going to ask her.
Okay.
Tris, how's that money? How's the food coming? And just a minute. I'm about done with it, Red. After a momentary pause, she comes over and brings you guys kind of a smaller, kind of like bowl, smaller than the pot, of course, but you know, big bowl that's full of what looks to be kind of like this vegetable soup, and immediately you can smell the spice and seasoning that's been tossed into it. You can see bits of like carrots, celery, some other odds and ends, and bits of herbs that are like floating on the top. It smells really good.
Ooh. Oh, I don't know if I should eat this. Ooh. Yo, that's a lot of glitching.
You're going Roger, Roger, Captain.
Oh my god.
That's
Stop!
pretty rough. He can't
still
hear it.
going!
He can't.
He's not going. Ian! He can't hear you. He's not looking at the camera. For like a whole minute.
Still can't hear you.
Can't hear you at all.
We can't hear you.
So you need someone. Are you doing like?
Oh Lord. Oh my.
Goes
Um.
This is bad.
What's happening?
Oh, is he back?
Nope. He's still.
Hello?
Okay, hold on. There we go. I think we're good.
I
Hello?
was like out for a solid minute straight.
Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry. I couldn't
Like-
tell.
I know.
we saw your mouth moving, and then we just catch like a third of every fifth word. It was
Oh my gosh. You just cut out for me too. It sounded like you just like farted out of your mouth.
10 out of 10. Love mouth farts.
Internet, please. Relax. There's a bunch of things that are giving me notifications on Discord for a moment.
Oh my god. There's a
Everything is
bug.
being slow.
There's a bug crawling on the wall.
What kind of bug?
Welcome to North Carolina.
That's hot.
It looks like a black ladybug. Is that possible?
It's a Mr. Bug.
Okay. When did I go full robot? What did you miss?
All
were
of it.
describing-
Pretty much everything after the soup.
Shit. Well, at least I don't have to re-describe the soup.
Yeah. The soup
Okay.
smells good.
It smells really good. It's got lots of veggies in it and cool spices. It looks nice. It makes you very hungry.
Ooh.
Tris, setting out all the bowls and such, and wooden utensils and a ladle and the big bowl full of the soup for you all to serve yourselves, completely avoiding eye contact with Taz. Looks at Red Sun and she goes, "Is there anything else that I can help you with, Red Sun?" And he goes, No, that's fine, it's fine. You care to join us? I mean, unless you got something you need to work on. And she goes, well, Baba Yaga's quite busy right now, and she's tasked me with a couple of potions, so I should probably get working on those. And he goes, all right, fine. But as soon as you're done, if we're still here and our friends are here, you should join us. It's been a while since we've got the chance to sit down and talk. And she kind of smiles nervously and spares a quick glance at Taz before turning around on her heel and quickly exiting, making her way back into the kitchen. I mean, again, you can see just fine, but she turns down a hallway and you can hear a door open and close. Well, let's dig in. He ladle gets the soup out and just kind of lets it drop into his bowl. And he starts serving the rest of you.
I'm not really hungry.
What? You're not hungry? You just walked all that time.
Quite fantastic, Ophelia.
But what if we're allergic?
Allergic to soup? Ha! I've never heard of such a thing.
I'll eat some soup.
Come, don't be silly.
Running all that way, throwing darts through tiny holes in doors definitely made me hungry.
You know, that sounds like a euphemism for something, but I'm not going to ask.
Throwing darts in tiny holes.
I'll go over and put some in a bowl.
Alrighty.
I'll let
You're-
Honcho sniff some just to give the old checky check.
Yeah.
You're trusting kind of. Yep, he crawls down across the back of your shoulder and neck and leans forward and takes a little sniff of the soup and just kind of turns his tail and lets it like go over across your face as he goes back and rests on your back and doesn't make any sound.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. I'll drink some.
Drink that soup.
Alrighty. Who all eats their soup?
Oh, why are you asking that?
I'm just making sure.
Shit.
Some people, looks at Valora, are not eating their soup.
Oh my god.
I will have some soup. Just
Okay.
a little.
Alright.
I'm concerned.
A little bit of soup. It's very good. It's kind of warms the inside. It just feels good. Just it tastes awesome. The spices are great. It's immaculate. Best soup you ever had. And by the time all of you finished off your bowls, you really feel like you could sleep. Like just kind of like the after dinner like drowsiness is nice.
Oh
It's-
God.
Red Sun just kind of sets his bowl down, just pats his belly, and just that's good. It is very good. Well, perhaps I should go check on my brother. Maybe see when Mulberry will be done. Well, with Babushka, the bolt kind of dropped, but is whatever. You're here now. See if she's done with the Shadow Fae. Try not to break anything, and put anything back that you took. He kind of looks a little bit at Sebastian for a second, and then goes back. He gets up, pushes his chair back, and you hear him thump off and going back into the hallway.
Go to hang
Guys.
the root back up.
Guys, should I find Trist? If she's cursed to stay here, I might be able to lift it.
Like
She
tying the
didn't
root
seem-
back up, and I was like, I don't know. Like, we might need more information.
If she's been here for a year, why didn't Potts or someone tell you that she needed help sooner?
Maybe he didn't know right away. I mean,
Yeah, she was probably missing.
she seems to be doing things she's good at. Maybe it's more complicated than the servitude.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
What if she doesn't want to leave?
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's her business.
Maybe we'll get something else for returning Denny.
The moment passes, and you can hear several footsteps going down from the door, or from the staircase that led up. You can see Red Sun re-enters, followed by two other rather imposing figures, both wearing similar armor. One with kind of a beard as his, but one that's kind of clean and kept, kind of square in shape, dark brown, and another one that is white. And these two are also wearing just about full plate, the chain, a little bit of cape. One of them is like entirely covered. You can't really see really bouts of skin, but with like Red Sun, you can see like a little bit, especially like his nose poking out from like his mustache and beard, with his like steel bronzish red cap on. He goes, friends, these are my brothers, Pale Knights and Bright Day. They're my counterparts, if you will. Fun facts: we can only exist at the same time in only a couple of places, and this is one of them. So it's a rare chance to meet all three of us in one place, huh?
Oh my
Elbows.
god! Wow.
He elbows Bright Day in the side, and he just kind of like jolts to the side a little bit and just kind of like, just rubs his arm.
Oh my gosh, what a treat. Look at all these handsome young men.
Young men, you're funny.
Oh, old men.
Oh no.
Ophelia, I told you I was like 600 years old.
Well, I'm 300. Wait, am I? Yes,
Yeah, you're like 300.
300. I'm in my mid 300s.
You're about the same age as Bright Day here, huh? And just kind of like puts his hand on his back and just kind of like claps him. He's just kind of like, yup, that's funny. Thanks, Red Sun.
Oh my god.
Hi, and he just kind of looks like he's about to go for a handshake. Realizes he's standing too far away and just kind of like puts his hand down back at his side.
Oh my god, he's so awkward.
I'm Bright Day. Nice to meet you. It's Bright Day here. He has been with us for a little over 300 years. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, see, he's baby horseman. He kind of like pulls his beard a little bit, like a little like gentle tug, and he's like, "Stop!" And he just kind of whacks his hand away. He's, ha ha ha! Oh, we like messing with him. Well, I like messing with him. The Pale Knight has been here the longest. He's the most solemn. And the armored figure just kind of like looks at you all unblinking, but just kind of inclines his head for a moment.
Oh my god, I love all of you. Taz, can you invite them to your party? Come on,
Yeah.
you got some invites in there somewhere, right? I start trying to like grab it like and look through his bags.
A little early on that.
Still can't even get to the party himself. Already inviting other people.
Oh, we love parties, don't we? And Pale Knight says nothing. And Bright Day is just kind of like, huh, yeah, we really like parties. He goes, quick question. It's not on material plane, is it?
Nope.
No.
Where is
Somewhere. My own little slice of heaven. My own little
Oh.
plane.
it? Okay. Right. If it's other plane, then all three of us could perhaps be there. It depends.
Oh, you're busy guys. You know, we'll see.
Oh my gosh, I'm totally just gonna send you guys the invite when we have them. Okay, bring your friends.
Well, you know where to find us, huh?
I love that so much.
Anyways, there's more soup. Please help yourselves. I'm probably going to get myself another bowl.
Can
You
I-
Bright Day, you should have some. Is good. And he's like, who made it? Oh, you know, Tris. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah. And kind of goes over and grabs a bowl from a nearby cupboard and begins to fill himself up a bowl. Red Day comes over. He's got like 3 bowls kind of gathered in his hand up in his chest and starts filling them kind of awkwardly. Takes 2 to the side and fills one up and hands one over to Pale Knight, who just accepts it silently. He's just kind of like standing there. And you watch as Red Sun like holds one bowl here up against his chest and has another one like holding the backside of it and just kind of tips it back and starts slurping.
My gosh.
God damn it.
Silent night.
It just hit me.
Wasn't intentional.
I'm gonna lean over and whisper to Valora. The pale night reminds me of my ex-husband.
Okay.
Okay.
Silent type.
Well, just filled with general distaste all the time. So we're not like feeling magically sleepy, just normal sleepy.
Yeah, you know, your belly's full. You could totally take a nap if you wanted to.
Okay.
That kind of feeling.
Why is it so nice here? This is not what I was expecting.
Well, what are you expecting?
Well, from the outside, you know, it doesn't exactly give off the same warm fuzzies.
Yeah. That's intentional. Bright Day kind of tentatively begins eating his soup, just one tiny spoonful at a time. Just, yeah, you know, keep it unimposing, and people usually walk the other way.
Oh my gosh.
So you guys work with Shadowfae often?
Well, not necessarily. Winter is more our thing. Winter is a bit more pragmatic, you know. Shadowfae are just what's the word I'm looking for? And Friday goes, mean, nasty, cutthroat. They're kind of assholes. I was like, yeah. They're like assholes. The big dark assholes that live underneath the ground. Nobody really likes them. Not even Summer. Summer's pretty goal happy as in terms of Fae. But yeah. Oh no. Today's unique. They're probably after that information again. It's always information. Friday goes, yeah, I mean, Baba Yaga and her secrets. Oh, man. I almost bit the dust, Red Sun. He goes, wait, what? And I was, yeah, I was fulfilling some job that she had me do. And there's some guy there that just attacked me out of nowhere. And he's just kind of, what? You're okay? Yeah, I mean, you're alive still, right? And he's like, well, yeah. He's like, it's still you. He didn't win. You're not incognito. How new are you? How many years has it been? He's like, it's me. It's me. It's the same guy. Are you sure? Yes. He goes, yeah, you sound like it. All right. Continue. And they're just kind of like having this back and forth conversation where he's like talking to him and Red Sun's just giving him shit. Meanwhile, you notice Pale Knight kind of turns his back on you guys and you hear as he opens up something on his helmet, and then you watch as he tilts his head back with the soup bowl, and then it's closes and turns back around. The soup bowl is empty and he sets it on the counter.
Ah, yes, a soup hole helmet. This is where the soup goes.
Couple moments pass by as you guys are enjoying soup with Baba Yaga's horsemen. And the door nearby in this kind of attached part of the kitchen opens up and you hear several footsteps kind of thumping up. The first one to stand in the doorway just kind of looms. Large pale figure in armor, a black draped cape, kind of stops for a moment. And all you can see is like the chest in the doorway. Then you see it like take a step back and just kind of move one shoulder towards it and just kind of duck down to get into the doorway and kind of stops as it looks at you. Just kind of and then
hello.
steps forwards and kind of squeezes out and then makes his way over, followed by Shiala, who stops in the doorway. She looks at you all, narrows her eyes, just kind of turns, lifts her chin, and makes her way out, followed by another guard who shoulder first and ducks down and goes back out.
There's never been so many armored men all around.
I'm gonna need you to stop. Stop!
I'm not doing anything.
Stop! The Shadow Fate wait for a moment, and you see a figure begin to hobble after them. You see kind of this dark, kind of greenish navy blue burlap cloak with this big black scarf of like raven feathers. You hear like the jingle and clack of bones kind of bumping against each other as you see sort of this big necklace with these bits of bone on them are draped around. Pale skin that looks aged, old, almost like it has the consistency of bark. And this big sort of like plume of white hair. It's like a whitish gray. It's not white like snow, but it's got almost like a maybe like it was once upon a time like blonde, but is in that in between stage of old person hair and not quite. The arms are a bit longer than they probably should be, and just kind of makes her way up. You can see kind of these yellow, gross, milky eyes just kind of blink as they look at you all, and makes her way to the top of the stairs and closes the door. Though she's a bit like slouched, she looks like she could be about as tall as Taz. And's got kind of like a basic sort of like not like a tunic, but like a leather skirt sort of that starts at like, you know, waist and goes down. Long nails that drag on the wood just a bit, and she looks at you all. And you watch Bright Day and Red Sun immediately stand up, and they go over and stand by Pale Night, and they all regard her for a moment. She looks at them, and they bow deeply out of respect, and rise back up. And Shelly goes, "So I assume that we have much more to discuss. I do believe our negotiations aren't quite over." And she goes, "Yes, fine, it's fine. Go to the dining room, we'll speak in a moment. I have to deal with these new guests." And she all just kind of narrows her eyes once more and turns and makes her way, followed by the two guards, over to the dining room. She turns and regards the four of you. "Who are you and what do you want?"
Well, we ran across a pair of talking teeth who seemed urgent to get with you and assisted him.
Give me a moment. The pair of talking teeth. And she looks up slowly at the bird cage. Denny just kind of resting there. She goes, "Oh, my Zubia!" He immediately like rushes over, kind of pushes a chair out of the way, and goes over the denting position. Suddenly, like moment, and just gonna oh dear, Bobby, wait. And she goes and just like even like fly out the open door. She just whoosh, grabs him and just stuffs him right in her mouth, and she's wearing him all of a sudden, big iron teeth. "Oh, my Zubia, I've missed you. Don't ever leave Babushka again." And he goes, please. And it's weird because he's talking, her mouth is opening and closing as well.
Oh, I don't like it.
"Baba Yaga, please, trust me, I'm happy to be back, but..." Sure. She kind of closes her mouth for a moment and then opens in like this big toothy grin where you see the large iron tombstone teeth, and just kind of traces her like clawed fingers over them. And when the claws reach it, it makes sort of like a nails on a chalkboard sound. Just kind of... and just kind of... Y'all wins. "And why did you leave, Mama?" "Can we talk about it later, please? Do you have guests?" And she goes, oh, yes. She turns and looks at you all, and... "You all, did you bring my Zubi back to me?"
May have taken Babnock wasn't there and just happens to sound like he wanted to return home.
"Oh, I mean, he ran off quite got captured by Vevnuk, I suppose, but I'm glad he's back. Don't ever do that again. No." And she's... Right, yes, it's like her mouth still opening and closing whenever he talks. Very disconcerting sight, but...
Yeah.
After that, he remains silent. She goes, "Well, I thank you for bringing back my teeth. His great son already offered you some, or you know, that whole thing, it's tradition and stuff." And Red Sun just kind of inclines his head but doesn't speak. She goes, "Oh, good. So, what can I help you with? Please, sit. She gestures at the chairs, and she goes over to the kitchen, and grabs hold of the mortar. large, like, stone structure that's almost as tall as she is. It's kind of like, do you guys like? It's like a grain press, if you will. Like,
Yeah.
it's about as tall as she is. It's like a giant cement vase almost. And kind of a little like incline in between, like a bold bit that's carved out, and she drags it over on the wooden floor and plops it over next to you guys. You gather that it's probably very heavy, and she just scoots it over with ease, pulls it up by the table, and then hops up onto it, kind of sitting over you guys in like a exaggerated booster seat. As she turns her milky yellow eyes at each of you, blinking. They look like they can't see anything, or they shouldn't, rather. But she looks at you each with a very intelligent expression.
It occurs to me we have a problem.
Can you
What?
repeat that, please?
It occurs to me we may have a problem.
What's that?
As
Baba Yaga and Mulberry might be the same person here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's the problem?
Baba Yaga's really mean. And strong as fuck.
Well, I'm not good at lying, so someone do something.
Well, to be honest, we were hoping to talk about Triss.
Oh, yes. She's been my favorite servant so far. I mean, I have several in my soul horde, but she's been one of the best, probably one of the best assistants that I've ever had. I must say, nobody can brew a potion like she can, except me, and better, but you know.
Did you say
Soul Horde?
soul horde? Me and Sebastian at the same time.
Well, yes. You know, I have a soul horde. I mean, I hoard lots. It's kind of embarrassing, but you know, having a house that is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside has many advantages. First of all, it's unassuming, and second of all, I can store more things. The bigger the inside, the bigger the horde. So I have a soul horde, I have an herb horde, I have an animal horde. All kinds of hordes.
Well, what's it's just like how long is she working for you?
Well, an indeterminate amount I have yet to decide. I've saved her from quite a sticky predicament, and, well, I mean, she owed me her life, so I suppose I have her for life, or at least until I get bored of her. But she's been very pleasant company, so I've enjoyed having her. Why? Why are you interested? Are you family?
Just an old friend.
Ah, old friends. Pretty much family, if I might say. You'd be surprised what one person would give for another, and what they would take.
Yes, stealing from Vavnok is no easy feat.
I mean, it depends on whoever is doing the feat. He gets easily distracted. I mean, he's a reveler. He parties. That's what he does. Easy to get him distracted. Get him drunk? No problem. Find some nice whores, and oh, he's busy for 15 minutes.
Shake my head.
Well, I would love to come to an agreement on terms of her freedom.
What did you say your name was?
Tazimundius.
Well, Tazimundius, have you ever considered the fact that perhaps she does not want to leave?
Well, I assume if you have her soul bound, there's got to be some part of her that feels obligated to stay, but doesn't sound quite willing.
Nothing about her soul is bound. She is bound, by the law. You know this. You call this place your home.
Right? Deal.
She is obligated.
Well, perhaps the return of your newfound teeth at least can buy me an audience with her. Talk. Nothing so serious as freedom, but just a chance to catch up.
Well, if you wish to catch up with her, I will not object. You've been given hospitality rights. And I would argue in exchange for, as you have so aptly named him. However, when it comes to the question of Triss, perhaps an agreement can be made. I do not let go of my servants so freely, nor easily. And as I said, perhaps she doesn't want to leave. You never know.
Right?
But she is bound by law, which means something in exchange for her life must be equal to or greater than her own life. You know this. You know how the law is.
And I know it is subjective. The deeming of what is equal to her is, I would assume, up to you.
Yes, it is subjective. But the question is, do you have something for me that might be equal to or greater to her worth in my eyes?
Hard to know.
Indeed. Perhaps you should speak to her first. I will happily wait. You have hospitality rights. You and your group for faithfully returning my Zubi to me.
Well, we thank you kindly.
You're most welcome. Be careful not to trample on those hospitality rights. I do not let people stay here quite so often, and most people don't for a reason. She kind of leans back from her mortar, hops off of it, and kind of drags it back over to the corner. She goes down, turns down a corner towards where you saw Triss go. You hear a door open. He goes, Triss, my dear, you have friends here to visit you. The one Tazimundius would like a conversation. You're excused from potion brewing duty for now. Come. And then you hear thump, 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 thump. As Triss appears around. Baba Yaga behind her. Now you will have a nice conversation. Don't dally too long. You have tasks to complete. And it was quick, horseman, with me. And she turns and walks, and the three kind of bow to her and wait before she leaves. And then they all turn to leave. And the Red Sun kind of turning to you guys and giving a little bit of a thumbs up.
I think it cut out again.
Yep.
Whoa. Everything's slowing down. Alright, did anybody say anything?
We were just saying we missed what you said.
Oh.
Just like at the very end, we heard most of it.
Oh, you're now You're now alone in the kitchen with Tris, basically. Like, you're free to speak.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. Taz, why are you here?
Well, a concerned acquaintance of ours found his way to me and talked a tale of captive to the great Madame Mulberry, and I had to see what this was about.
Potts told you, didn't he?
That's the one.
She kind of rubs her arm, a bit nervous energy, and you've always known her to be not the most social of types, but she goes over and pulls a chair up, or one of the stools rather, and sits down on it by the table. Well, I'm indebted to her, so I can't really leave, and well, I don't think it'd be wise to try and offer anything to her anyways in exchange for me.
But for what? What does she do to you? For you? Saved your life, she said?
She saved my life. I was, in quite the sticky, situation, one might say. One of, my own doing, but it's how it is. She looks at the tabletop, doesn't make eye contact.
I mean, are you happy here? It doesn't seem that bad.
Well, it's not awful. No. I mean, you do what you ask, or do what she asks, and you do it well, and she treats you right, but I mean, it's Baba Yaga. She's got her ups and downs, and it's a bit of an understatement.
Surely there's something that could buy your freedom.
Perhaps, I mean... Taz, why are you really here?
I mean...
Since when have you cared so much?
Well, it's... just kind of weighs on you. It's...
Well, it took a little bit for the weight to add up, didn't it? I mean, you left the Feywild quite some time ago, and... I mean, sure, you might have said goodbye, but you had never been back till now. That's been quite some time. And it's saying a bunch for Teferi like me.
Well, the Fae do... time is nothing to them, and I did, as you, mess up. I was not really welcome for a while. That spite and all that can get to you. Just took some traveling to think about it.
Not one message back, not one letter. I mean, Pot said you hadn't even seen him yet until he sought you out.
Well, Potts gets around. It's hard to just find him, and I was, kind of lost track of time in my own situations. It's a big world. And I guess part of me felt, very bad for not sending that message, so I just tried to come and help. Make up for it.
Just kind of hugs her arms around herself and looks up for the first time during the conversation. Taz, you shouldn't be here. You should go.
Right, but... if there's a way to get you out, I mean, I've met these great people, and I've just learned much, seen much. If there's a price to pay, I feel I could work it. You know her best. I mean, surely there's something better than me.
I mean, There might be something, but even so, I don't think I can leave yet. I've still got something I've got to do.
Well, let's see you finish what you're doing. I find a way to get you out, stay in contact, and, swing it in a bit.
If only it were that easy. I mean, you heard, Red Sun. I've been here about a year. I still haven't found it yet. Look,
What are you looking for?
a secret. One that's well guarded, like all of her secrets. That's what she collects. That's her thing, Taz. And look, I know she saved me, but I'm not here by mistake. And if you really want to help, then I don't know. Now I feel awful. You've gotten dragged into this. You didn't even know.
Well, did Potts know? Is he out of the loop on this too?
No, Potts doesn't know. You think Potts knows? You think Potts cares?
He cared enough to come to me. Surely it's something.
Sure, I mean, he wanted to get the old gang back, but Potts, he's just a trickster, Faye. This is all he does. Is he pulls pranks, and when he runs out of people that can stand him, what does he do? He tries to find one of us.
Yeah, he's gonna get himself killed. Even these people want to kill him. Honestly, he's never gonna grow up. But still fond of the little guy.
Kind of smiles a little bit. And you get the feeling that, I mean, though she seemed to have, been welcome a bit, especially by her interaction with Red Sun previously, she's not truly smiled in quite a while, isn't she? So I suppose he's visited you a bit more than once then.
He's lucky they'd even tolerated him the second time. I don't think he's welcome for a third.
Oh no. I mean, I'd be genuinely surprised if he pulled one over on you like that. What did he do? Did he transform his stuff and scare you, or which bit did he try?
Well, he's quite keen on knowing what to steal and where to hide it, and he's creative. Hid something of mine up a donkey's ass, hid our belongings in a razor tree on Keiru. I mean, he's clever, and I don't know how he works his magic, but he's same old Potts.
Oh, the old bag and stash, huh?
Huh. Call it that.
That's a good one. Well, it would be nice to go back to old times. But she the smile drops off for a moment, and she seems to grow solemn again. Taz, I have to admit something to you. And I don't blame you for not wanting to help after I tell you this. But
Dimension door.
no, she's not pregnant.
Is she pregnant? Please. We have to know. Not another kid. No more children. Please.
Peanut
More
Gallery,
children.
please shut the fuck up. No, she's not pregnant. That'd be a weird looking child, let me tell you.
Oh, no, be cute.
Jesus Christ. Okay. No. When we met at the Sparkle Spire, I wasn't actually a student. And to be quite honest, I wasn't really your friend at the time either. I I get information for the highest bidder. You know, you know how information is for our kinds. It's worth more than gold. You know, and somebody had hired me to find dirt on the headmaster, and well, I mean, the amount of times you'd been in and out of his office for getting in trouble, you seem like the perfect fit. Somebody to get close to, somebody to use to see if I couldn't, you know, find out information about him, stake him out. Taz, I used you.
I mean, I feel like we all use each other to some extent. Like, sure, you may have been using me, but it doesn't stop us from having some good times that I fondly remember.
We did have good times, that's true.
So,
I mean,
surprising intention, but it's not that serious, you know. I don't.
are you sure? You're playing it off pretty well.
I mean, it's me, you know. It's everything's you know, just there to enjoy.
I just, you know, I feel a bit guilty. Just our whole relationship was born out of me just trying to use you to get to somebody else, and now here you are trying to save my skin. Doesn't feel right.
It's time ago. I mean, if you could tell me straight that you don't think of me as a friend at all, at least I'd go. But I get the feeling, you know, you and Potts, me and you, have something more than a using relationship.
I'd like to think we do, at least now. But if you don't mind helping me, then I suppose while you're here you might as well know. And just kind of looks back over her shoulder for a moment towards where Baba Yaga and the horseman had gone. That's right. I'm here to get more information. She kind of leans in closer, lowering her voice a bit. She's got a secret about Bitter John. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's a servant. Some say some lost sage. And he knows information about stuff like, is it star steel? Some sort of god metal?
What?
Information about this stuff is, well, I mean, it's worth a lot on the market right now. And, well, my employer's trying to learn about it, and I'd wager a bet that Shadowfae are probably here for the same thing.
Oh, come on, we got a great team right here. I bet we can work something to get this information. You know, I don't personally know much about this star steel, but it'll help you out.
I mean, I don't really know much about it either. I just know something about Bitter John, who goes by, or at least that's what he goes by, something having to do with the star steel. And that's all I have to go off of.
And it's here. Mulberry has this.
It's here, but I haven't been able to get anywhere close to where she keeps her secrets. So I mean, it's under lock and key. Literally.
Ooh.
Like, she's had me for a year, Taz, and I haven't been able to get any information about it whatsoever. She doesn't speak about it. She hasn't mentioned it casually. She hasn't had anybody over or been someplace where she's taken me and she's mentioned it. It's to be expected, but like, for a year, nothing. I know where she keeps her secrets, but it's not anything I can get close to, especially not without letting her know. And to be in her good graces for so long and then pull something like that, asking to get killed.
So who has this key? Just her? The knights?
Just her. It's the horsemen do her bidding, keep up appearances, kill when they have to, steal when they have to, do diplomatic things when they have to. But the one who holds the secrets is her. She has a chest made of emeralds somewhere in her sleeping quarters. And as far as I know, she's got a key to it, but that's about all I've got. I mean, you have to understand, trying to detect magic in this house is like looking at the sun. It'll blind you immediately.
Well, does magic work in this house?
Oh, of course it works in this house. I mean, she's the most powerful hag that exists. She's the hag. I'm pretty sure if you use any kind of magic inside her house, she's going to be aware of it lickety-split.
We don't need magic.
Oh, it's this one.
Crunchy, crunch.
Yep, the weird footsteps. Hold on. That's not what I meant to go. TeamSpeak, go away! There we go. Alright. All I know, she's got it in her quarters somewhere. It's an emerald chest. There's a key. That's all I know. I've never seen inside of it. I've never seen her go to it, put anything inside of it. I don't know how it works. If it's just you put the key inside and you turn it, or what. And really, I don't know what sort of failsafe she has either. I mean, gathering secrets is her thing. She's got dirt on so many powerful figures all across the plains. Like, Feywilds, Material Plane, other planes we probably haven't ever heard about, Taz.
Sounds like a dangerous mission.
There's no way that it can be simply just there and you can just look inside. That's why I've been frozen for about a year here. Not to mention the fact that, well, technically I do kind of owe her my life because she saved it.
So even if you get this thing, you're not getting out.
I mean...
Oh, cut you out.
Yep. It could mean a trade could happen, sure. But I wouldn't even know what you'd have to offer.
Well, it sounds like you need the information before you're fixed to leave.
That's true.
No one use getting you out if you have to get back in.
And now you see my predicament and why I've been here for as long as I have.
I mean, is there anything you could brew that would get her out of commission for a bit? You're pretty good at it.
I mean, she'll eat anything that I make, sure, but I don't know if it'd be anything that really put her out of commission.
You got a cupcake?
I know she's ahead.
If you can just, I don't know, not knock her out, but get her off for a little, I think we could spring something. If you're in her good graces this far, just use it. And we're
I'll
here
see
now.
what we have on hand. If we put any sort of potion, she's gonna know. I'm sure of it. Put anything like... She's got quite the palate, if you could call it one. I mean, she eats babies, so there's that, but... I mean... Kind of looks at Ophelia, kind of shocked at the outburst.
Sorry. I just like babies a lot.
What?
Nothing.
We can try something, some herbs or something like that. But I mean, I can only do so much, and then you've only got so much time. But I don't know. I mean, do the rest of you have a plan? I've been stuck for a year trying to figure out what to do.
Hi. We can cook something up, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe while you're fixing that, I can chat with my compatriots a bit and figure this out.
I'll see what I can make, but careful about those Shadow Fae. I'm pretty sure they're here for the same thing that I am, but... Well, you know, they're a bit more in a
Hey.
position to trade for information.
Why does your employer want the sword?
What did you say, Shaylin?
I said, why does your employer want the sword?
Sword? What sword? Is that what this is?
Whale?
Just after.
What do you
the-
know about it?
Damn it.
What do you know about it?
I just know that it's a sword. Figured you know the name of the sword, you know it's a sword.
I mean, look, I don't ask questions. I'm paid to gather information. I get the information, I get paid, and then I leave. And that's that. I don't know
Sword.
why it's not my question to ask.
If they catch on, you're going, well, all going to be in a world of trouble here.
Yes, we are. She kind of looks at each of you. She kind of stops, and she focuses on Ophelia. What exactly
what-
are you?
Oh, Air Ganassi and Wood Elf.
She kind of looks to the side for a moment, shakes her head. She doesn't have one of those in her soul hard. Not yet.
What? Is that a threat? I'm confused.
No, it's not a threat, it's a concern.
Oh my god. What if we told her some really cool secrets?
If you have secrets that you could trade, then sure. But I
For
highly doubt
sure.
that you have secrets that she doesn't know.
Aw, come on. I know about demigods.
Just gonna give you a hard stare.
Okay. Demigods are not a new concept. They've been around since forever. You think the gods just wave and smile at every mortal they see whenever they come down for Fellowship Day?
Oh, I know they don't.
No, they don't. And there's demigods to show for it.
They're after this star steel, right?
Well, information about it.
Pretty much.
Specifically whatever Bitter John knows.
So you said
Don't
Bitter
they?
John's a servant of Mulberry?
No,
Who
well,
is
he's
he?
not a servant. They call him a servant. Like a lost sage. Something like that. I don't know.
He's-
Might have to do with the gods. I've never paid too much attention.
Well, I mean, one could. So they're looking for information to find him, or information that he already knows.
Either or, to be quite honest. They wanted information on Bitter John and the information that he had that had to do with Star Steel. Either the information about the Star Steel or where to find him if possible. You know, horse's mouth and whatnot.
Well, I mean, what do the Shadowfae have to trade that she doesn't already know? Are they really that powerful?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I mean, she has dealings with the Shadow. Sorry, I heard some. Thought my dog was howling. To be quite honest, and what they could offer, I imagine they have something. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here. But you know, the Earl King's powerful in his own right. I mean, Baba Yaga's not an archfey for a reason. So she's not as powerful, but they still have to go through the proper channels. I don't know, perhaps if you figure out what they might have to offer, maybe it's something that you could use instead, and you tell it to Baba Yaga first, then they can't use it.
That's what I'm thinking.
But, I mean, that's also assuming that what they have is worth it. Baba Yaga may not want to trade. They may not have something that she's looking for.
Them being here is definitely a problem. Either we need to get their information to Baba Yaga first, or to get them out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gamble for sure, because if you find out what their information is, and you give it to her first and they find out, who are they going to blame?
Right. This has gotten quite complicated.
I mean, if they can't stick around to give her the information, that's just as important, right?
But how are you going to get them to leave?
Well, if they break the rules of hospitality.
You know,
True.
that's not a bad idea. And that ambassador comes across as just conceited enough that she might cross those bounds.
Mm.
And I've been told once or twice I'm quite insolent enough to inspire murder in a few people.
It's
Time
true.
for that talent, I suppose.
If we can convince ourselves to be better business partners than the Shadowfae, we may have the start of something.
And she's already crossed with us for ripping her off at Vabnock. She didn't just give us a happy look walking in.
Well, she's Shadowfae. They don't ever give anybody happy. No, unless they're.
So we've got 3 or 4 in the same day from her. That has to amount. Surely she'll act more with Sebastian, particularly on this very day.
I'm feeling rather
Gets shot.
Well, I should get started on that brew of whatever, some sort of sleeping tea. I don't know. I can't tell you for too long. I've got to work options, and she'll be back from whatever she's doing at any minute. Please be careful. Please be discreet. And whatever you do, don't piss her off. She
Oh, please, I would not piss off the strongest hag in existence.
Goes back to wherever he's.
Ugh, so glitchy.
Yeah.
I assume she goes back to make the sleepy tea.
Sorry, please repeat that.
I assume she goes back to make the sleepy tea. You broke up a bit there.
Yeah, I gathered. Yeah, she goes back to make the sleepy tea. What mixed up? What did you not hear?
Oh, we just didn't hear what happened after she said, I have things to make, and then left.
She said, please be careful, whatever you do, don't piss her off. And then
Alright.
she turned and she went back to brew her stuff.
I'm gonna lean in close after she goes. Be like, kind of looking at Valora. Can't tell her anything. Clearly, she's trying to use us, and she's in information, which I didn't know. That's on me a little bit.
Wait,
Don't
you're
trust
saying
her.
we can't trust Triss?
No.
What?
She's just as bad as all the other Fae. You heard her.
Well, that's a little bit disappointing.
But this information we need. That's the focus.
Okay.
Figured you know the name of the weapon, know what's in, but
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a material rather than a weapon.
Now we do have a name to work with, even if everything goes south. This Bitter John fellow. But
Either way, we're still going to need time for Triss to do her thing. I'll see if I can slide in
Right.
and disrupt negotiations.
Oh God. Don't, please.
so our goal
Are
is,
you asking me
no
to make
longer
a scene right now?
freeing her at all.
What'd you say, Shaylin?
You have no interest in rescuing Triss at all now.
I wouldn't say that. It's just I feel like there's a bigger, there's all these events tying together in a way. It's quite interesting.
We definitely need to know more about this Star Steel business.
I thought it was a sword.
That's what we know from. It was used to wound Ito, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's out there. We just don't know anything about it. If there's other ones, if there's a whole collection of swords forged from this thing, or one, or there's.
Sanctum was definitely looking for.
And we haven't heard
Yes.
from Aesir since back in the Condor. What if someone got enough of this stuff to get to him with it?
No. Now I'm concerned about all my children killed with this thing.
Something big's going down. We've already seen events, and now these weapons are being keenly looked for. It's a big play by someone, I think.
I'll go do what I can to see if I can weasel any information out of them.
Oh God.
I look at Valor like, you might be able to get a better idea at this chest by looking at it, since she might be able to detect magic, but I don't know.
I'd offer to turn you invisible, but I don't think that's wise, knowing what we know now.
Just
But,
go
I mean,
steal it.
If this information is written down somewhere, I mean, didn't we see Shiala carrying something at Vabnox?
She did have a scroll.
I think that's what we need. So if you start pissing her off, maybe Valora can get a look at it.
True.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Time to cause a scene, folks. I think today I will cause problems on purpose.
Yes.
Could you repeat that, please?
I'm going to cause I'm going to cause problems on purpose.
For once. Specific set of skills has finally come to use.
Time to be bastard. Alright, I'm gonna go mosey on off.
You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Opens mouth, want to hear it again. I'm going to go find the room they moseyed off to conduct their business.
Oh, I think I roboted out.
I will go with him. Drafted
Okay.
my snag things.
First things first. Do we want to take a break here, or are we wanting to call it a night, or are we good to keep going, or what is up?
I
think
feel like I need time to digest all of this, make a plan. Like I need the session to end so I can make plans and digest everything.
It is
You
a
guys
Sunday.
want to call it quits? It's a good spot to stop.
Yeah, I think before the chaos that is bound to ensue,
Yeah, that's probably a good
Yeah.
transition point.
it's a
Yeah.
pretty good ending. But yeah, that was. Ooh, the plot thickens.